So, a decade has passed since your time as children in Suyu. Uh, our next session or two are going to focus around three characters Valrys, Trey, and Bixis. Bixies? Bixies? Bixi. I feel like I'm missing a syllable in there.
Vixis?
Bixisis.
Pegasus.
Pixies.
It's like a
Uh.
Pegasus, but a Pegasus. No,
Bixisis.
I just call her Big Z's.
Bigsies.
She's just big.
She's Big Sis.
Big sis. Big sis.
The I is silent.
She's the older twin.
Which I.
Everyone's an older sibling to Jethro.
Oh my gosh. Is this just a shonen anime?
That always has been.
What did you think it wasn't?
Is everyone big brother, big sister? Are you gonna have a senpai?
Yeah, it's Vixis' older brother. You're making jokes, but this is actually what's happening.
I'm aware.
It's basically my brother now, because I'm sure you've been hanging out with our family training. Well, real familiar.
Yeah. So 10 years have passed, and the three of you find yourselves in New Anderhorst, the city that has really prospered in the last 10 years. The merchants of the city have really taken off, and the the realm has really started expanding past just the city itself, and you have the nobility, different lords are starting to establish you know domains of theirs of influence and things like that. And the Monster Hunter guilds are busy as ever, with many of the nobles paying for their territories to be protected from monsters and the whatnot. A lot of the monster hunting is beginning to devolve into general mercenary work for some guilds, as the nobles are starting to pay just for soldiers to fight each other over territory sometimes. So that does happen on occasion, but not for your guild. Your guild, the Lion Guild of the Monster Hunters Association, is uh, was founded by Luca Van Dyer, who famously defeated the dragon of Dort, the Dort swamplands. And he was made a noble and granted land by decree of the queen, and so now runs his own Monster Hunters Guild. And I'm going to take you over there now, because I really like this map. And also everybody, I grouped everyone's tokens down there in the right. Go ahead and grab your token and tell me if you can move it.
I have movement.
Yep.
All right. So this is the compound of the Lion Guild for the Monster Hunters. I didn't put anyone in a particular place because I figured you guys might want to pick what kind of activity you might be doing while everyone's kind of waiting around for the next job.
I'm old enough to drink, yeah?
At this point, yeah, you are literally 21.
We're heading to wherever there's booze.
Well, Grigor and Fang are hanging out in the Grand Hall there.
Then that's where I'll be. I'll be drinking with
Yep,
them.
and I've got
Ah,
different. I realized Fang looks a lot like Agark. They look like brothers.
Are they brothers?
Maybe they are.
Yeah, could be.
Both bull necks?
Right?
Ooh.
And then there's Grigor.
Molnick's an honorary name. It's your coming of age name. I mean, we could be brothers. This could be entirely different.
Fire's gonna be hanging out with you, Trey, in the guild hall.
okay.
The two of you have been spending a lot of time together.
Oh.
I mean, if you want. I mean, I thought it might be good storytelling, but that's up to you.
No, I don't mind.
Somebody who's like a brother, and then all of a sudden,
Nick, we're not into good storytelling around here. Like, we want combat, nothing only. Okay.
all right, next page.
Combat and loot, just give it.
Here's the monster. Roll initiative. Let's go.
All right.
I think Bastion's going to help Egan in the blacksmith.
I was kidding, Jerry.
Oh, you want to
Combat
go?
loot. Combat and loot, baby.
All right. So
Did we kill it?
I'm gonna start with we're gonna start with the new monster hunters, and I'm gonna give the three PCs a little time to think about some of the things that might have happened in the last 10 years that brought them to this point. Uh, so I'm gonna start with Deacon. Is it Deacon? Decon?
I guess it would be Deacon.
I'm gonna start with
Uh,
Deacon. Tell me about this Minotaur monster hunter.
Well, let's see. Deacon used to be one of the first mates aboard a fairly successful cargo ship, and it would make all sorts of trade runs up and down the coast. And he got in real close with his shipmates and drinking buddies and whatnot. And then they got beset upon by some sea serpent that completely destroyed their vessel and killed all of his crewmates. And so, as the lone survivor, he's basically in like an effort to avenge his slain crewmates. Is like declaring vengeance and restitution upon monsters of the lands to try and rid these terrible beasts from this place. And the Monster Hunting Guild is most definitely the best place to do such a thing.
Are you a retribution paladin?
Uh,
A vengeance paladin? Sorry, retribution's from
uh,
WoW.
what is the one? Went with Oath of Conquest.
A
That we were
picture
going to
paladin. Okay.
set this place for
Called
you.
it.
But yes, a paladin.
All right. And then what is Deacon currently doing at the hall, the grand hall of the Lions Guild?
Oh, Deacon is probably in the midst of boasting of some story full of all sorts of extra details that probably didn't happen about his latest victory for the Monster Hunters Guild, the latest hunt that he did, the last successful troll batch that they hunted out from their hive in the caves. And they're sharing a drink with a couple of the other guys there.
All right. Let's see who wants to go next. I'm taking volunteers, or I'm gonna let Deacon actually volunteer somebody to go next.
But what about you, new faces? I don't think I remember seeing you when I was last over here. Perhaps it's been a spell since last time I was around these parts, but you, the redhead, what's your story?
Um, oh, my name's Fire. I'm from Carhashon. I've been here for how long have Bixus and Fire been monster hunters?
How young can you start? Because they would have
I'm
been
gonna
here.
say 18.
Okay, so they've been here for almost 2 years then. Because they're 19 now.
Yeah, we've been part of the guild for about a little over a year, I think. My sister and I, she's around here somewhere. And Trey and I, we go way back. So yeah, um, I'm a druid, and I do fiery things. And she like conjures fire in her hand.
That's going to be extremely useful.
This is Trey.
I'm Trey. And he's gonna be like say that and then immediately just slam the beer he's drinking. Oh, that was good. We're monster hunters. What rank are we? Fire?
The first one still.
We're the first one still.
Initiates. Perfect. Grigor, get this one another drink. It could be his last.
Grigor stands up and goes and gets another drink for Trey, and you hear him grumbling under his breath. It's like his third one already.
So, Trey, what brings you about to become a monster hunter? You think you have the blood of the Vandyres flowing through you. You look like you were born of the kindness of Congria.
I wasn't born in any sort of kindness. That's for sure. As for the blood of the Vandyres, I don't know anything about that. My last name's Dyerson. I don't know if that's a connection. But my dad was just a homeless asshole who beat the shit out of me. So I don't think he was in any sort of noble type. Like the good lord, or not. Yeah, he'd be lord, right? Because the dude's still alive.
Who?
The leader, uh, the leader of our
Luca
monster hunters.
Oh,
Vandyre?
Luca.
Luke
He's
and
right here.
Oh no!
Crossing universes, Rafal had a child.
If Rafal was a Vandyre instead.
Luca, in fact, walks out into the Great Hall with you at that very moment, and he's just kind of like leaning on the doorway, and he says, "Yes, that's Lord Luca Vandyre now." I know it
Yeah,
takes some getting used to for me as well.
yeah. The good lord here, and me might be relations. I don't know, subtly or distantly.
If you can prove it, then that might be very beneficial for you, Trey. Now that I have land and title, anybody that's related to me is going to be the benefits of that.
Huh? Who'd I have to talk to figure that out about?
I have no fucking clue.
Huh?
I kill monsters. am just the greatest warrior in all the realm. But I don't really know things like that. I am still figuring out this whole, court situation. It's definitely a whole different beast to slay.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Have a drink.
Huzzah!
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 All right, let's go around. Who's next? I'm going to go outside to Vec because you're the next closest one. Looking like you're taking care of a cabbage patch.
Of course, I am always doing cabbage patches and stuff. Cabbages need to be attended to. And that's what he's doing. Looking after these cabbages.
My cabbages.
Of course. That's what he's. I didn't know that there were other.
Yeah, you picked the cabbages.
What
I picked the cabbages. Yep.
So Vec is a dragonborn.
Dragonborn druid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got-
Nice.
We're gonna be rolling with a few druids. Speaking of druids, pixies.
Hey,
What you been up to the last decade?
pretty much training. They have their own Monster Hunters Guild in Karashan? How do you say it?
Karhashon?
Karashan. So yeah, her and Fire have basically been training nonstop their whole lives. They, as they got older, they were able to go on their own monster hunts and help expand. And as soon as they were old enough, they're sent here, just like their brothers were, to learn more useful skills to bring back home. And currently, she's outside practicing archery because her sister still can beat her in that, and she doesn't like that fact. So she's working on her archery. Her sister's a better shot, usually with fireballs and stuff, but you know.
I just decided too. Your brothers would have served with Luca in a different like Monster Hunters Guild. That's what got you in here in the first place.
Noise. They're very familiar with them.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter guilds are like just big extended families.
Sometimes. And speaking of extended families, standing next to you, Lady in Red. Tell us
Yeah,
about Valeris.
Valeris. Yeah, past 10 years, really just, for the most part, a lot of reading because her has family issues makes it so she can't do much else other than attending, you know, the court with the nobles and her mother and, you know, playing nice for them and all that fun junk.
What are you doing right now? Hanging out with the archers?
Yep, practicing archery as well.
I'm trying to take tips from Valeris because she looks like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and Ander and Rangrim are out there too.
Even the drawer's hot. Dear God.
Everyone's hot, Jeremy. That's the secret. Look,
That
this
when I was
this
looking
is
for
Egan.
Wow, that's the ugliest man here. And he's still a
poor
7.
guy.
There's some. Hold on, I'm sure there's some ugly guys. Nope, he's hot.
No.
Let's see. Nope.
No.
He's hot.
Let's
Okay,
see.
wait.
She's
What?
hot.
Oh, damn.
He's
She's
hot.
got a hawk
even
too.
the falcon is hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Wait, Nick.
What?
Do some of them
We
have
joined
like a
the
bad
right guild.
personality? Because if they've
Yeah.
got a bad personality, then they're like a 5.
I was gonna say, like, too bad you found Alistair in this world.
Well, it depends on how bad because it can go from a 5 to a 10 real quick if they're bad enough. I know that sounds weird,
Oh.
but
Wait, are they bad or are they bad?
yes.
They scream at waiters.
Oh, so they
Oh.
suck.
Yeah.
They're
Or
not
do any of
bad.
them scream at waiters?
If they're trying to take over the world, it's a 10. If they're just an accountant, it's a 5. You see what I'm saying?
Let's ask about Bastion. Does Bastion yell at waiters?
No, he doesn't yell at waiters.
That man looks like he loves his mom.
He looks
He's
the kind of person that would smash people who yells at waiters.
Really?
Yeah,
He
he's that
looks
guy.
like Agrimar to me.
It does look like him.
I
It
think
reminds me of like Cognar's armor and Agrimar.
he's what was it? He looks like he can kill you, but he's actually a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
I get that vibe.
Well, tell us about Bastion.
All right. Well, Bastion loves working out. He's just all the time working out. But in this particular case, Deacon and I made a bet on a previous monster hunt, and I owe him some gold. So I'm talking to Egan at the moment, and I'm going to get a gold bracer made, and I'm going to go give it to Deacon.
Look, Bastion, I've told you, it's gonna take some time. You just gave me the gold yesterday.
I just need you to heat it up. Can you do that for me?
Well, sure. But what are you going to do with it?
That's my business.
All right. Do you want me to put it into like an ingot for you?
No, molten is fine.
Okay. And he just like starts heating up the forge.
Once it's can you put it in a crucible for me?
Sure. I got one right over here.
So Bastion will rage, grab the thing, run over to Deacon, and try to pour it on his horns. So we have gold-tipped horns.
He's inside.
I'm gonna run in there.
All right. Bastion comes running in with molten gold.
He kicks the door open. Deacon, here's your payment. And he goes over and he tries to wrestle the bull by the horns to dunk him in the gold.
Why does that sound
Well,
like it would be painful?
Yeah, I'm not just gonna let you.
He's a fire minotaur.
I'm a minotaur that attacks with
Well,
fire.
I
I'm not made of fire.
Deacon,
I'm
make
not
me
even
an
fireproof.
athletics check, and Bastion, make me an athletics check. Bastion, yours is gonna be a straight roll because normally you'd have advantage, but you're gonna have because you're raging. But you're gonna have
Fuck you. Got my
disadvantage on
one.
the roll. Jesus Christ! He's still dead. Oh no!
What is this?
Well, that's a 22
Such-
for Deacon and a 23 for Bastion.
Such
Just a
manly
couple of
men.
meatheads
All
rolling
right,
around
God.
hospital.
so Bastion, break it down for us. You getting just the tips?
Oh yeah, just the tips.
All right.
I don't want to hurt the man. I just want to bling him out.
It's still gonna hurt. That's molten gold on bone.
I know. I'm gonna try to keep it
Now
out
we
of
know
that
why
sweet
the tips
stash.
of his horns are glowing that molten orange
Yep.
color.
Constant glowing gold.
Roll me 2d6 fire damage, please.
Eight.
Ryan, you take 8 fire damage as molten gold is poured on the tips of your horns. I mean, it looks dope, but hurts a lot.
Ah!
And molten gold also gets on the floor of the of the hall.
And sets the hall on fire.
Oh god. Well, oh yeah. There is going to be a fire, but fire is going to use control flames and put that fire out for you. And Luca's going to look at her and say, "An excellent talent. Make sure this place doesn't burn down, will you? This kind of stuff happens all the time. Bastion, clean that shit up."
Sorry, Mister. And I'll clean it up right now.
It's Lord Van Dyer.
Right. You would just go and start cleaning up.
I just had a PTSD flashback from you saying Lord Van Dyer. I just want you to know that.
That's like
It's
the
not-
goal of this whole campaign, Jeremy. It's
That
to
was the
make
wrong
you
target.
have lots of flashbacks like that.
Not to Ian. Not to Ian.
No. This is the characters that I created, not. It's just the name that he created.
I know, it's just hearing Lord Van Dyer. I have PTSD flashbacks.
I know, but I was just like, damn it, it's
That's
such
a good name.
It's a good name. I stole it too.
Deacon is going to rush his way out, like through the hall to over where the river runs through it to just like douse his horns.
Agark. Speaking of the river, you see
Doing
Deacon
laps?
coming out and dousing his
Just
horns
diving in.
into the river.
Deacon, what the hell's going on?
Bastion's lost his damn mind again. He got pissy over a bet that we lost over that last monster hunt, and this is how he chose to repay his debt. As he gestures to like the now like
Blinged
solid
out horns.
molten gold on his horns.
You just hear Bastion
mean-
laughing from inside the hall.
Okay, A, when did Bastion have a mind to start with? B, that does look pretty damn cool. But it also
Or
looks
cheap
like he's
until
getting ready to mount your head on a wall. That's the only other time I've seen a bull with tipped horns. But, I mean, I guess congratulations.
I mean, I can't just let him get away with making these bets offhandedly if he's not meant to repay them, but I didn't expect him to do something like this.
You might need to be a little more specific in your terms of repayment. Because it's, I mean, I remember when you guys made that bet, you just said he owed you some gold.
Point made. Point seriously made.
But, I mean, I'm just, you might want to get some, I don't know, you're going to be really noticeable when we go stalking now. I'm just going to say it. That's very shiny.
I don't think I'm going to be able to blend into a crowd any longer.
Nope. I mean, not that you really could before. I mean, you are a giant minotaur. Not that many of you.
Now I'm a golden minotaur on top of it all.
Ooh, that's a good name, though. Golden Minotaur?
It's a bit cliche after the whole golden horde thing.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I don't know. I mean, there are worse names to fall back on.
It's not bad. It's just, I don't know if it was the image I was trying to go for.
No, it does. It definitely sounds more like showy than tough.
I don't want to look like a noble.
I mean, you don't look that much like Lord Van Dyer, so I think you're okay there. You don't have nearly the stick up your ass.
You're right about that. Do me a favor. If you see Bastion running at me with a stick, give me a heads up.
I'll just trip him. It's fine.
Appreciate that.
All right. Well, I've got to get back to rehabbing my knee. So.
Right. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I mean, I appreciate the distraction. It's really boring just walking back and forth in the water.
Bastion, inside.
Yes.
There's a knock at the door, and you happen to be the closest.
He'll walk over and open the door. Hello.
There is a
Oh,
tiefling wearing red robes, standing there with these enchanting eyes, that says, "Hello. I'm looking for Valeris, my sister. Is she here?"
Is this like a business request or a family request, or how could you prove that you're their sister?
Well, we look very much alike, and I know that she likes to run away here from time to time, and it's not the first time I've come to fetch her. Will you just let me in?
Sure. Have a seat here. And he pulls out a chair, and he calls out to Fang. Fang, can you go get Valeris, please?
On it! He like jumps up and runs over the table and out the door. Luca walks over and he says, is it Sabre? Is that how I say her name?
Sabre.
Sabre! How lovely to see you again. It's been quite some time. She like bows and says, "Lord Van Dyer, it is a pleasure. You've really upped your place in the world." He just kind of sits down and starts flirting with her, essentially. And Fang comes running outside. "Hey, Valeris!"
Yes, what is it?
Your sister's here. Think she's come to fetch you or something.
Just tell her that I'm not here.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen Valeris anywhere.
I think the Lord might have already. Bastion kind of already blew your cover by telling me to come get you right in front of her.
Damn it, Bastion. That's 0 for 2.
Someone else could use
I'll-
their head in this conversation.
All right,
Live.
I'll be right in. See her sister have to flirt with the gross lord.
Valeris, darling, how are you? What are you doing here? Again.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing here. I'm here to hunt monsters, Sabre.
Well, Mother has requested your presence for a how did she put it? Fundraising function?
Fundraising function?
I don't know.
She
It's
needs me for a fundraiser.
yeah, basically.
Why don't you help her?
Well, I'm busy. Ever since I've passed my test of high sorcery, I'm a full-blown court wizard now, and I have many responsibilities for the Lord Frederick. Speaking of which,
Of course.
Lord Van Dyer, I do
Go ahead.
have a monster request from my lord for you. And she hands him a letter, and he opens it up and takes a look at it and says, "Right."
Bastion peeks over his shoulder.
It's a letter about a hydra of some kind that is terrorizing the logging camps outside of the old forest that is under Lord Frederick Guterkel's control. And hold on, I have things to help people remember names.
It's necessary.
Kill.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Please, Lord Van Dyer, can we take that one, please, please?
All right, Bastion, you and Deacon and take Agark. How many for Hydra? Probably. Oh, you know what? Vec would be good for this one. And then you could take the rookies. What do you say, Valeris? You up for a monster hunt before you
That
have to go back to court?
that sounds much more favorable than court, actually, my lord.
There you go, Sabre. She's working. Very well. I will tell Mother I couldn't find you.
Thank you.
Be careful, please.
I'm always careful. It's fine.
Well, with such a strong leader, I'm not surprised. She's like giving eyes over at Luca.
Precisely. Let's go gather the troops. Deacon, get your head out of the water. We got work to do.
What is it?
What the hell were you thinking? You
Uh,
poured molten gold on him?
It was funny at the time.
Only
Funny
you
for
would think that
who?
is funny.
It was hilarious.
I didn't
You're
see
the Golden
Gregor or
Bull.
Fang
That's a great
laughing.
title.
It's already spreading.
Anyway, Hydra, we gotta hunt. So let's go get Vec and the youngsters and show them around.
Did they say how many heads?
Assuming
have to
that
take
there's
the
going to be
rookies?
7. I think we can handle it, and they're supposed to provide support and watch.
Okay, I mean, look, do they know the rules about rookies?
Who?
The rookies.
Oh,
They carry the luggage. One of them is going to die, and it's not going to be our fault.
that's the rules. We'll teach them on the way. Oh, hi, Liz. Sorry, forgot you were there.
No, I'll just forget about it, and then you can tell us again, and I'll be surprised.
I like this one.
All right, where's the Hydra?
Old Forest.
It's in Lord Gunterkeel's territory. So, east. I'm trained in survival. I just don't know where we're going.
Well, I don't think it's south.
Oh, the Old Forest. Oh, well, it's
the
slightly
old
east.
forest.
The Old Forest, yeah.
All right,
It's like
well,
35 feet away. We can make it, guys.
You can make it.
That's in miles. Shit,
The
it's gonna be a week.
everybody, make sure you bring your greens and your browns. No bright colors. Everybody,
5 pairs
get
of
your
socks.
rations. Yeah, 5 pairs of socks. At least 5 pairs of socks. 7 would be better.
Speaking of greens, are we we're also taking the cabbage, right? Just a ton of it, because I've
We've
taken
talked
some
about this
cabbage.
several times. Cabbage does not make good rations when you're on a trip.
No, but it's a
Can
hell of a
make
weapon
for
against the Hydra.
superb distraction.
I don't understand like your detest for cabbage.
I don't
It's good.
detest cabbage. If you want to make kraut,
Every time
if you want to make stew, any of that kind of stuff, I'm great for cabbage. But you don't take the big, wet green stuff on a trip like this because it just rots. It rots in like 2 days.
Akark, I know things didn't really go well with the last hunt you were on, but trust me when I said the last 2 out of the 3 times that Vec brought the cabbage, we found a way to use it.
that is true. We did get the cabbage. Cabbage needs to be brought.
Look,
It does seem to
how many
deter
rookies are going?
4.
Okay,
I
we'll
let
have
him carry the cabbage.
Yeah.
we'll have
No,
plenty of
3.
people to carry the cabbage. You want to take cabbage? Take cabbage. Fine.
Great. Love it.
I'll
What
take
the
the
fuck is
beans
wrong
and the
with my
jerky.
voice?
I'm
Oh,
taking
we
the
don't
bull.
need no
I
beans.
grab Deacon and wrestle him. Come on. What does
No.
Deacon fight with, by the way?
I think he's got an axe.
Like great axe or
A battle axe for 1 or 2-handed. And he's got a
nice.
But I'm using the stat block for a whip, but he's got like a chain.
Ooh,
Kratos style.
yeah, I like that.
It's good that we're bringing cabbage so that way we can get ahead.
I like you. I accidentally
Thank
pushed
you.
back too hard.
I really thought that the Monster Hunters Guild was going to be better. I didn't think. I mean, I should have known better. Mercenaries and mercenaries everywhere you go.
Oh, come on. You can't leave this alone. Becca's going to hold up a cabbage. Leave me alone.
Oh God, it's black. Is that just the nighttime thing? Yeah, okay, that's the nighttime thing breaking it.
I was
Wait,
like,
what?
What? Oh,
Dark mode on Roll20. You can't read the text on the
well,
handout.
yeah, undarken it because it looks fine when you undarken it.
Yeah, looks totally good.
Yeah, so Trey, as you're getting ready for the mission, you see another letter from Jethro has arrived, and there is a whole stack of letters. You get letters from Jethro quite often.
Aw. Why am I know he's aged up as well, but I'm still reading it in his little kid voice.
Yep, me too. Same.
Yeah, Twaven.
It makes sense. You probably still imagine him as his little kid too, because
I hope this letter finds you well.
Just running around on his little feet that still worked.
You asshole.
A lot of guilt there. Not meant to make fun. I'm sorry if it seemed that way.
P.P.S. It's still not your fault.
Oh.
I blame you exclusively.
I'm becoming a white robe so I can find a way to fix my legs.
Just waiting to remind you what you did.
Yo, son of a bitch.
Do you remember stairs? I remember stairs. I remember that I can't walk upstairs.
You know how many stairs there are on the tower?
Why didn't you protect me?
Wait, are stairs Jethro's BBEG?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm a very intelligent wizard. I have found a way around stairs.
it's called an elevator.
Remember how you complained when you sat a long time? I've been sitting a lot during my past years. These are all things that my friend who's in a wheelchair has told me. I have a ton.
So yeah, Trey, you find this letter, letting you know all the things going on back home. Uh, Especially the part about Uncle Leon, being promoted. Very exciting news, I guess, depending on who you are. Yeah, Fire comes outside. Oh, what were you gonna say, Amanda?
Sorry, I'm reading the letter. He included Pixies and Polaris.
Yep.
Has Trey been responding to these letters, or does he just
Does Trey
keep
know how to
receiving
write?
them?
Yes, Trey knows how to
Sam
goddamn
is.
right.
Who
No,
is
he's
he,
been
Ascari?
responding. I imagine not at the same frequency as Jethro sends them. So like one every third letter, I send one back.
Okay. Fire comes outside and says, "Hey, fix this. Got a job. We get to go hunt the Hydra."
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. That's gonna be great practice. You can see she just instantly goes from like training mode to like super serious focused mode.
But just wait. I didn't tell you the best part. Remember the story that Vec was telling us uh about the archdruid Alanon and the old forest that he left his staff in, back in the ancient times or whatever?
Yeah, that old wives' tale or whatever. Yeah.
Well, rumor has it that the forest we're going to, that's supposed to be the forest from that story.
You can see like she's trying really hard to stay serious, but this is something that they've clearly talked about a whole bunch, being druids. So she's trying to like fiddle with her things, making sure everything's packed, but her ears perk a little bit. How do you know it's the same forest though? Because there's always a lot of talk, and how these things go. They never are actually where you think they're gonna be.
Well, Vec told us there's a druid enclave there. There's a druid enclave in the story. It's supposed to take place in the north. This is the north. I'm just saying.
How many days are we gonna be gone tracking this thing?
I don't know. Bastion Are you in charge? Who's in charge?
Of course I'm in charge.
Please tell me Agark's in
I
charge.
don't think he's in charge.
You just poured molten lava on
Want
something.
to bet?
Not in charge.
No, I really wish. Agark, is your knee okay? You sure you're gonna be okay?
Full deck BRB.
Oh, Deacon, you think Agark's gonna be okay? I know he was worried about his knee.
We've been talking about a few means of pain management in case a mission like this came up. He's been walking off most of the morning pretty well without issue. He feels like he's confident to take on a mission again.
Okay, I'll prep some healing spells just in case.
Although, guys, I am afraid I'm going to have to ask a small favor from you newer recruits to carry a few more loads of cabbages because I'm worried about putting too much weight on Agark's knees too early. We don't want to strain him before we are going to put him to good use after all.
I thought we talked about how cabbage isn't a good ration. We had this meeting like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, of course not for rations, but it can make for a tactical distraction for your opponent. I'd much rather the Hydra devour a head of cabbage than one of yours.
Have you ever seen a giant snakehead get incredibly sick? It's funny.
We also don't want anyone to lose their head.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Sensitivity.
hydras that could lose heads. That's a great one.
Yeah.
I like it. Don't lose the head. 2 more grow back.
Ha.
They grow back faster than you think.
Shit.
And
All I've got is a sword.
This is what we have to do. I guess is what we have to do, and that's fine. And I'm happy to carry more than we usually do. It's fine.
Take great pride in it. You're carrying cabbages. One of the most important things.
But
you
I
can
just
carry.
want you guys to know if we don't use them on the Hydra, I'm not bringing them back.
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably be rotten by then, so you shouldn't have to carry around that much.
I promise you, not this time. They will not rot.
About ready to go.
Can I pick up a maul at the armory?
Yeah, there's absolutely any kind of non-magical weapons or armor that you would
Sweet.
like, you have access to.
Yeah, I want to have a little bit of that bludge action.
All right, rookies, you're with me. Kind of try to give you the ropes here so you don't get yourselves killed.
Wait, where's your the annoying one? She's gonna look at fire. One that's attached to you.
What do you mean? I don't have anyone attached to me.
Oh, shit. Where's that young Tregan?
Oh, where's Trey?
Tommy? Oh, Trey.
He
Yeah,
was
where's Trey?
drinking in the Great Hall when I last
Oh,
left.
that young.
And then we're leaving him.
No, we're dragging his ass, whether he's drunk or not.
Somebody's got to bring back the rotten cabbages.
Valeris, you check your pocket and there's a note there which you should be able to see in your journal, which nobody else should be able to see.
I'm gonna steal it. No, I'm kidding.
Who goes in to get Trey?
I'll get him. Bastion.
Pour molten gold on him. That'll get him moving.
Oh yeah. Trey, you're pretty drunk at this point.
Hey, shit stain. Wake up.
That's not my name. My name's Trey. I'm good to go. Let's go. I'm following you.
You sure?
Yeah. No, I got you. Got you.
Bastion makes like a really quick move and gets right up in your face.
I'm gonna like lean backwards a little bit and then lean forward, but like my feet never move. I'm like, whoa, hey, nah, man, I'm good. We're going to
Good
the old
reflexes.
woods. We're going to the old woods anyways. I'll be good by the time we get there.
Good. Because your friends are going to count on you. And you don't want to be too drunk when you're having to run protection duty.
I'm not drunk.
Lay off a little bit.
All right, fine, but I'm not drunk. I'm just a little buzzed. Good.
Pack your bags. Going into the woods.
As I'm walking behind you, I'm gonna mutter myself. Plus, it got me as I pat a little flask in my chest pocket, and a little extra for the road.
No saluting. The enemy snipers will try to get you.
That's why socks are your best friend. Walking through these woods like this, especially in the wet, rot your feet right off of you. Okay? You understand?
Bastion walks out, looks at Deacon. Look what happened to his feet. He's got hooves.
Can't feel my toes no more.
And look, obviously it ain't the same thing. Thank you, Bastion, for pointing it out. But hoof rot's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to joke around about either. Now, everybody got their gear. You good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get
He's
moving.
just scrambling and getting like one more thing in our bag real quick. Okay, I'm ready.
Bastion's gonna like tap Trey. All right, Trey, what do you think would be a good formation for moving out?
I guess put the ones who can see up front. Put this the weaker ones in the back. Yeah.
Wrong.
No.
You go in the middle.
That's right.
Oh, well.
The weak, watch the center. All right, it was
All right,
Dixie.
strong. Well, I'm gonna go in the front because I'm the strongest.
Well, maybe you should be in the middle. He just said the weaker go there.
Look, rookies, you're gonna go where I tell you to go. Dixie, you're in the middle. You watch the left flank.
Just gonna nod and head to the middle left.
Fire. You're also in the middle. You watch the right flank.
Got
You
it.
holler out if anything unusual is spotted. You understand?
I understand.
Bastion, you got the back like normal.
Of course.
Deacon, heads or tails?
I'll take tails. I want to see.
All right.
I'll be watching this as he points to Bixus and Trey.
Fair enough. I got point. All right. And Valorous, if you feel like you need the range,
Yes.
I understand. But don't get too far away, all right?
Understood.
Vic, guard the cabbages.
Of course,
As
Vec's gonna guard
Vex
the
name,
cabbage. That's all Vec ever does when we travel is guard the cabbage.
when you call Vex's name, his back was towards you, and he turns around. There's just this giant cabbage in his mouth. He just unhinged his jaw. So
I
yeah.
swear, you two need a room.
Know
Are you
what to
joking?
do?
Are you joking? Are you good?
No. Just eating cabbages. Just eating cabbages. All
He'll,
right.
right.
he'll take a leaf out of your mouth and eat it. That's good stuff.
Ew.
And Agark starts out. Everyone notices he has a slight limp. And anybody who's listening and hearing muttering about the damn arrow in the knee.
Have a feeling I know this particular half orc from another universe.
Fang comes out before you leave Agark and says, "Are you sure you're up for this, brother? I could take the job instead."
No, I'm good. I gotta get back out there. I've rehabbed enough. I need to get up. Look, I'm ready for some action, okay? Just let me go.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember
So
how to
that's
get to the old logging camp there outside the old forest?
that's the one just to the south of that big hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The camp's like right outside the forest, like before you go in, like really into the woods proper.
yeah. I remember that one. Yeah,
Okay, just be careful. Remember,
I will.
giant spiders in that forest.
Yeah, yeah, got it. And
Okay,
look,
all right.
you know I hate going out with rookies, but I'll I'll try to teach them what they need to know.
All right, you got Deacon and Vex going with you. All right, Bastion will be fine. Okay, it's just 4 rookies, right? 4 is a lot. Damn. Why is he sending 4 rookies with you?
I don't know. Maybe he sees something in them, but I mean, everybody starts out somewhere. But look, I got 3 guys I can trust. We'll see about the others. If they get themselves killed, well, that's what happens when you go hunting monsters.
You might have to do something about that Trey kid's drinking problem.
I think it'll take care of itself before too long if he keeps it up.
I mean, maybe you could try to keep him sober while you're on the road at least.
I certainly didn't pack any alcohol, and none of the others better have.
He definitely did.
Well, looks like he's getting midnight watch then, and he'll keep getting it till he learns better.
Good luck, brother. You're gonna need
You
it.
too, brother.
And you all set out for the old forest unless there's anything else.
Hey, Fang, I think Tara's still asleep, but be sure to let her know about all the trolls that we killed on our last hunt, and don't let Grigor try and take all the glory from it. Tell her we'll be back in a few days.
All
I'll
right.
give her all the details.
Okay, I'll make sure she adds it to the ledger. You
Perfect.
okay, Deacon? That gold thing looked like it hurt a little bit.
I'll be fine as he like reaches up, grabs his horns, and just like casts lay on hands on himself as that gold just begins to glow with that molten orange. So he's gonna heal himself back up to full.
I mean,
Told you it was badass.
it does look pretty sweet. Well, good luck, guys.
We start trekking.
You start trekking.
All right,
So I
everybody
started
remembers
blasting.
traveling song, right?
We start stumbling.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Tiny
It's all for certain
bubbles
death.
in my wine.
Oh, see, there's different cultures that have different versions of that song. I like that. That's great.
We sang it on a ship, so it was always the sea.
Ah, okay.
I'm about to stress. Help!
Squish. Get squished.
What happened to the rookies? They're shorter.
They're shorter. Oh my god.
Oh no.
We all
They've been
turned into
compressed.
8-bit little sprites going across the
For the
overland map
overworld
until we
travel.
get to
Overland travel, you do travel through a number of different areas that uh, along the road are, for the most part, getting more civil as more and more of the nobles and lords and other rich people claim more and more of the land. It becomes more and more uh, tame over time. And so the parts nearer the city are starting to be a lot less treacherous. There's fewer bandits these days, so the travel from New Anderhorst to the Old Forest is fairly calm as you go. It does take you a little over a day to travel the distance between New Anderhorst. Oh, the New Forest. I'm gonna say actually it's a few days. Scratch that. Longer than that, because
These cabbages are
that's a
definitely
long
rotten.
way. So, is there anything that you all would like to do around the fire during those few days of travel?
Pixies, the cabbages aren't rotten, they're just slimy.
I took them out of my bag yesterday. I'm not carrying them anymore.
What do you mean? Oh, what the fuck was that? No, you're.
It's the cabbages. See what they do to yourself?
I know. What you mean? You're not going to You're not going. You're not going to carry them. You're a rookie. Carry the cabbages.
I left them yesterday at the campsite, so they're gone.
How could you do that? It's a good luck charm. We always carry cabbages. It
They were
prevents
leaving
scurvy.
stuff all over the other, like my other stuff that's actually useful. So I couldn't carry it anymore.
When
Like,
we're
I
alone,
still have cabbage juices on my books. This is never going to come out of these pages.
when we're alone, dying in a ditch because you decided to throw away the cabbages, I don't want to hear you screaming because we needed those cabbages for something.
Well, if anything goes bad on this monster hunt, then it's my fault because I left the cabbages. I'll keep that in mind. She's gonna roll her eyes.
Heads up
Bastion takes
on
out a
the
parchment
roll.
and writes something down.
Basically, the entire trip, Bullneck is just giving you guys stories about when he was in the militia and working as a mercenary to try to like give you tips on how to travel light, what to look for, how to spot danger, and it's like any situation that comes up, he's got something that he did or happened to him that he's sharing a story about.
Speaking of stories, the Old Forest. This is supposed to be. We were hearing stories of the Archdruid. Have you heard those rumors?
Old man Alanon.
Yeah, those ones.
Always sad stories that we heard about him on the waves.
Any to share?
I mean, it's not really an uplifting tale. Well, why do you bring him up?
Well, we're traveling to the Old Forest, and rumor has it that this could be the resting place of his famous staff. Just gonna like nudge fire, like back me up here.
Yeah. I mean, Vec told us the story.
I just thought it was cool. So I just figured since we're here, we could reminisce of times of old, really, really old.
Well, stories circle about the oceans and travel from ship to ship. But rumor is that some time back, this Alanon fella and this troop of lost travelers that he found himself with were employed by a pirate captain for a spell. And it seemed that every shore that they went to, misery seemed to follow in their wake. From what I understand, everyone that gets close to those traveling with the lost in Alanon suffered terrible fates.
So he was a good luck charm then, like these cabbages.
whole onslaught of orchard workers were beset upon by the lost. Nearly lost their lives. Some of the local protectors hadn't stepped in.
Right? No, we didn't need to murder them. It was an accident.
Tessa Quinn knew about them from a particular time in their lives, and as the pirate lord she was, those would be the stories the pirates heard.
Oh no!
It's true. Oh my god.
Well, if only that Alanon was still around. Sounds like a terrible monster we should hunt.
I don't know. I've heard good
That's your
stories.
come on, man. You know that we don't actually hunt people. That's
I know.
too far.
It seems like they put up a good fight, though.
I mean, how do you feel about, like, some of the Monster Hunter guilds turning into like mercenaries for the nobles, Agark?
I was a mercenary. I don't have any problem with mercenary work. But, it's like if you're going to be a mercenary, you hire yourself out as a mercenary. If you're going to be a monster hunter, you go as a monster hunter. Like, just be what you are.
I mean, there's a lot of transferable skills there, don't you think?
I mean, sure, fighting's fighting. But, look, there's just something different when you see understanding in the eyes of something that you have to kill. I've had enough of that.
I don't understand why they fight each other. We should all be one people.
You mean that, don't you?
I mean, that's what it's like where we're from. Carhashon means people of the forest.
Well, let's just say, maybe that works for you. That has not been my experience. As, well, as you can probably tell, I'm a half-orc. My experience has not been that I've been particularly welcome as either a human or an orc. So, I don't hold out any hope for people being, all one.
I mean, where we come from, we don't have time for that kind of stuff.
There's bigger problems than what you look like.
Well, I agree. That's why I live the life I live. These fellas here, they fought next to me. They've saved my life, I've saved theirs. Some of us has died. But I knew they had my back. And that was all I cared about. That's all I do care about. I hope I'll be able to say the same about you all one day. But you ain't proved it yet. So I try to tell you everything I can. It's a lot to learn on your first time out. And somebody always misses it.
But each time you go out, there's definitely lessons to be learned.
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing this for?
How long have I been doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Well, monster hunting for about 5 years now. I was a mercenary for about 10 years before that.
It's quite the life, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets you by. Like I said, I'm a lot happier now. At first, I did what I did to survive. Once I survived, I figured out there was more to it than just survival.
If we have time, can we go by the Druid Enclave that's in the old forest?
We can do that on the way back. We've been given a mission, and the mission comes first. This is not a travel adventure where we go out and just do what we want to do. Got a job.
We're just, we're gonna
Yeah,
be in
obviously.
the
I mean,
neighborhood.
after.
Of course. Or, if like it's like along the way, we could maybe just like ask around if they've seen hydras.
I mean, I bet the Druid Enclave would be a really good place to start, even because they're gonna be right here, and they would know of going ons.
Druids
Yeah,
make
like,
for pretty great trackers.
do you know anything about this forest, Agark?
We've hunted here a couple of times, yeah. I know a little bit.
Make me a history check, Agark. Nine. You've literally been to you've been to this forest before. You do know, Agark, because of like your background as a mercenary and stuff, what you know about this forest is that it is home to Ibramund, who is a warlord of sorts. Kind of has his own forces and doesn't live as the nobles or the queen does, but is also too strong to be dealt with by those people.
Look, I know that there are a lot of things that make their home in the old forest, okay? Not all of them are friendly. What we're going to hunt is not going to be friendly. But at least it's just a beast. There are people who have made a place for themselves and are not kindly to outsiders. We don't need to go wandering around the forest. We need to get our mission done and get out. Now, if this Druid village happens to be on our way, sure, we can stop by and ask for information.
That's all we were asking. That's cool. If it's on the way, that just be a good source of information.
But I'm telling you this now, and I mean it. You do not want to test this. When we say it's time to go, we go. If you decide to stay, well, you can stay. But don't expect to be welcome back in the Monster Hunters Guild. Got it?
No, we're not. We know when to listen. We know when enough is enough. It's just a thought. We just happen to come by it, and information. Sometimes it's worth its weight in
I'm
gold.
confident I know what you're saying. And I'm just telling you,
Like,
the mission comes first.
yeah, but after the mission, what if, we went looking for a certain lost artifact?
After the mission's an entirely different event. When the job is done, then we can take our time.
He's interested.
It's not a no. It's not a no. We'll take it.
Okay.
We're gonna like this. Okay, yeah, no, that who's on first watch tonight? That's great. Let's get rested and let's hunt this Hydra, because that comes first. That's definitely top priority. That's all we're focused on right now.
certainly hope it's the only thing you're focused on right now. Because if you got something else on your mind when you're fighting a beast like that, you'll be the one not going home.
Oh, don't worry. If there's anything we're good at, it's fighting monsters. We've been doing this since we were like 4. We know how to
All
fight.
right.
We know how to reel it in. She's gonna point to her sister and herself. We're not the ones you have to worry about here. And then she's gonna kind of look over at Trey. I don't know. Did I see him take a sip? Hold on.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
you two can have your watch.
How did you and your sister both roll a 1? You were both so focused on talking to Agark.
Well, no, I'm good. I'm good.
That's okay. I just had beef with him from losing that fight 10 years ago, and I've never forgiven myself for it, so I just have a secret grudge against him. It's not so secret.
That's not.
Hey.
I'll take first watch.
No, no, no. You've got third watch.
Thank you. Put him in the middle of the night.
Fine, then I'm going to sleep now. Oh, wait. No, wait. I forgot. I am a half-elf. I have trance.
Half elf, my guy?
Half
Well,
elves
I'm
don't have that.
Full elves have
flavor-wise,
trans, right?
I'm a full elf race, half-elf flavor. I don't have any of the half-elf abilities. So trance?
4 hours of rest.
Sure.
I can take second watch.
Fire's gonna come sit next to you, Trey, and she's gonna put her head on your shoulder. And she's just gonna say, "You okay?"
Yeah, just everyone's on my case about drinking. I haven't even drank that much.
Talking about it a lot.
When people talk, it's fine. How are you doing? You excited to go see the druid Alamom? You said his name is?
Oh, he's been dead for a long time, but his
Yeah, but like,
his
you
staff
want to see his
might
dead
be.
body?
No, his staff.
Oh,
It's like a magical artifact.
I thought you wanted to see his dead body. I misunderstood you.
Why would you want to see a dead body?
I don't know. Dead bodies are cool sometimes, especially if they're old archdruids. Maybe he's like got cool vines or something. I don't know.
What do you think being a druid is all about?
I don't know. Your sister's weird and she hates me for some reason.
She's just jealous because you beat her 10 years ago. She's never let go of it.
Maybe she'd just get better.
Like, you better be careful. She'll fight you at any time.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Fourth time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he's beat somebody by one.
I said it in the chat. He's holding back his powers, so he's just barely better than everybody else.
And then Agar comes in.
No, it's his competition is with Deacon, not with Agar.
Trey, I just you know, I care about you, and so I want you to just, I want you to be okay.
I'm okay. I promise.
Like, this is serious. Like, you need to take it serious.
I am taking it serious. I'm taking a nap so I can take third watch.
Okay, you. I mean, I could sleep right now, and then I could make sure to wake you up for your watch.
I mean, I'd like you to be next to me.
Okay. I'll make sure I get up. I'll take third watch too with Trey.
Dixie's gonna cross her arm because usually they take watch together. She'll just kind of. I'll take first watch.
Well, you're all full-blown elves, so y'all only have to sleep for 4 hours.
It's fine.
Elves.
She made her decision, okay? Bless you.
Vic, are you taking a watch?
Is Vec back?
You're fine.
Nope.
Sorry, had to deal
You're
with
fine.
my cat. What's going on?
Watch schedule. What part of the watch you want? We got a couple of youngins themselves, and then Ben's taking last watch.
Big Z's is first.
Ooh, the druid should take first watch. I think there should be a senior and a junior member on each watch.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so-
be with the third watch.
Okay, so then Valerius will
I'm
take
not gonna
fourth
have
with
my life
Adlark.
in lovers quarrel or whatever the hell you guys got going on.
Big Sis is a druid, right?
Yeah, I think me and Beck, even though I have a different opinion on your cabbages.
All right, yeah. Vec will tell you about like the
healing
great-
properties of cabbages, and so by the morning I'll have a better understanding.
Yes.
Ooh, I like the idea. So Big Z's is more of like a healer druid, and Fire is more of like the combat type druid.
Well, then I'm taking cure wounds off of her spell list.
Well, she can still have cure wounds, but like I always imagine, like fire and ice, kind of like they're opposites. So
I gave her
I like
control
the idea.
fire.
You see, it's perfect. But I like Vec. Like I feel like this conversation with Vec will be what steers Big Z's into like the healing journey even more because of the cabbages. It's gonna be like her sensei.
Oh, totally.
Cabbage sensei.
Please tell me, Rachel, that you took gentle repose so your cabbages don't actually ever rot. Ritual casts it every day. You have your cabbage just never rots.
It's a special cabbage.
Okay.
I you know what? I wish I had gentle repose, but no.
Is that not on the druid list?
I don't think so.
We have lesser restoration.
Every day, lesser.
We're mending.
Gentle repose. Oh, I had mending at one point, and then I got rid of it.
Or you could use your druid craft to just make it alive again.
Speak to plants.
Yes. Create a timely. All right. Yeah.
I definitely
All
think
right.
Druidcraft would keep the cabbages fresh.
Yeah, I like
Is
that.
it one cabbages, or can we make sure
Well,
only one
Druidcraft is a
cabbage? Or
cantrip. You can cast
Yeah,
it
you
in
can
a bunch.
do multiple.
all right, yeah.
Flowers bloom, so it's not just one flower. It's like
It's
There,
multiple.
but also, there are 3 druids in this party, so
I did not know that there would be 3 druids. I was debating between a barbarian and a druid, but I'm like, I've already played a barbarian.
it's technically just
Yeah.
you and Amanda, but it's you, Amanda, and Fire are all druids.
A
Oh,
very
yeah.
druid party.
Oh, yay. Well, we speak to the trees. Trees say fuck you.
What do the cabbages say?
I've heard it.
They
Don't
also
eat us.
Who will speak for the cabbages?
It says unless. All right, so Vec and Bixis are taking first watch.
Yep.
And then it's going to be Deacon and Valerius on second watch, and then third watch is Bastion, Trey, and Fire, and then fourth watch is going to be Agark. Correct?
Yep. I think Agark is the one I trust to be alone on a watch.
well, I need perception checks for Vec and Bixus then.
Oh, good. Oh, perfect.
There
Now
it is.
we see you being slime.
Oh fuck! It's the cabbages.
Vex is talking to me about the cabbages while I'm on.
Beck is smoking cabbage.
You know, interestingly enough, cabbages. It's not the carrots. It's the cabbages that do. What the fuck is wrong with my voice? Fuck it. You know, that's actually the one that's not carrots. It's cabbages. Cabbages improve your eyesight. That's why I'm not seeing things clearly, and also why my voice cannot find a single fucking accent to choose.
I think also when you eat too many cabbages, it leaves a layer of slime on your throat, which probably is changing the voice fluctuations as well.
Yes. Well, here's the thing about that. See, I am what you like to call a oh fuck it. I'm what you like to call a dragonborn. So you know what I have to do? I have to make sure that my throat is lubricated enough to just blow fire. Also, great source of vitamin C, D.
ID.
A D, yeah. You always need that vitamin D, so always remember when you're eating the cabbages, you're getting that D. Sorry.
You
You
can tell
really got Amanda with that one.
trying to take this super seriously, and then like you say that, she like has to look away, and she like takes a second. She's a very serious person.
Ah, see, I got yourself a smile right there. What the fuck is up with my voice? I got you right there.
You got
You're
some
laughing
special
now.
cabbages. Jesus.
Some very special cabbages. Got you right there. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sticking with this voice. I'm sticking with it.
Are you a ventriloquist?
Trying my best. No, I just like cabbages. But no, that's exactly what I'm looking for right now. Is that smile. You're having a good time. Life doesn't have to be too serious. You could just be invested in cabbages and just smile a bit.
Well, you know, the last time I just kind of went with the flow. Things didn't end up so well, so I just kind of reel it back in now. Because when you allow things to get out of hand, things can really get out of hand, and then people get hurt. And
Oh, please. Probably nothing too, like, explosive, right? Like, what, someone missed a pinky or something? Someone clipped a nail? What happened?
well, there was a group of us, and we decided that we were big enough to take on a mysterious cave on our own, and one of the kids that came with us can't walk anymore.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I try to make sure that, you know, we're focused on the task at hand, and we're not, you know, overestimating our skills, and you know, we know when enough is enough, and that way there's no more casualties like that. You know, that's something that's it's kind of stuck with me and puts a little bit of a damper on just going with the flow, and you know, allowing things to just play out. You kind of want to be in more control, because if you're not in control, then bad things happen.
Look, how long ago was that?
It's been a while. It was a while ago. There was the Suyu festival. We have that every couple of years, every year.
I suppose I don't really
It
know.
was a while. It's been a while. I haven't really kept track too closely. 10 days, 4 months, 3
10 years.
3 hours and 5 minutes.
Well, look. Looking at you right now, you've got a lot more wisdom than what you did 10 days, 10 years, 43 days, 3 hours and 21 minutes than you were. You're wiser. Have fun with it. Remember.
She's gonna like crunch her eyebrows, like furrow her eyebrows and kind of nod, like, yeah, we're here. We're in the old forest. We're gonna go fight a hydra, and then we're gonna go on an adventure, and we're gonna find a really cool staff. This is gonna be fun.
And
It is. It's going to be fun,
really
and no
quick,
one's going to get hurt.
I also want to say, with your natural 20 on your perception check, Big Sis, couple things about this world that you live in as you look up into the sky. There are two visible moons that you can see, one white, one red, that are fairly close to each other. And with your natural 20, you can also see the slight outline of the black moon that is there, the third moon. There's also uh, a ring around this world is visible. So there's two visible moons and a ring that you can kind of see among the stars and everything in the night sky. As you're just kind of staring up into the sky, you can also see, various constellations and other things that your, father and mother had told you, like stories about, and yeah, you can kind of just see. It's like one of those nights where you can just kind of see the whole sky.
Galaxies.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Even though we're here on the same world, just everything looks so different with a little bit of distance. Because like the constellations here, they're the same, but they're all in different locations, and then you can see so much more of the sky. Like it's so much brighter.
Of course.
Fascinating.
It is, when you really come down to think about it, those are the same stars that someone from the other coast would be looking at. Same thing with cabbages. I'll eat this cabbage, it probably tastes the same as if it were on the east. That's some knowledge right there.
I have a feeling your cabbages probably taste better because they're grown with love.
I could not hear that, actually.
Said, I think your cabbages probably taste much better because they're grown with love.
Thank you.
I do apologize for leaving some of them behind.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just hopefully no one's going to die because we don't have the cabbages. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have emergency cabbages. I store them everywhere.
I'm gonna give you like a look of confusion / concern on where you store them.
He's going to open up like his armor, kind of like a little coat, and it's just rows upon rows of cabbages.
Cabbage face.
And he's going to take it out and throw it towards Bixus. Here, have one on the house. Remember to eat it all. You need the D. I wasn't joking about that.
She will take the cabbage.
Remember not to choke on it, okay? It's a big bowl. And big bowls tend to be a choking hazard.
She's just gonna nod and she's gonna tuck it away for now. She's we just ate dinner,
Boo. Oh no. Oh, that I need you to eat the cabbage. Real important that you do.
Thesis will eat the cabbage and get the D.
Yay! Mind the hair. You don't want it to be a hairy cabbage ball, okay? Sorry, I had to.
This is just much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. Thank you. Thank you for staying on watch with me. It's just
No
very
thank you.
enlightening.
Deacon, is there anything in particular you'd like to do on watch while Valeris is, I don't know, you just let her sleep?
If she's still BRBing, then yeah.
Yeah.
Deacon will just not wake her up for the watch. Better to have her well rested for the fight that might happen tomorrow.
Okay. What's Deacon doing while he's on watch?
Probably walk the perimeter a couple of times and just like palming the small little volcanic rock that he carries around. It's an own little like lucky charm.
Just singing sea shanties.
Yeah, humming them to himself.
What do they do with a drunken sailor? What do they do with a drunken sailor? Rise up in the morning. All right. Well, roll me a perception check, I suppose.
Got it. 19?
Everything seems to be ship shape. Deacon, have you been to this old forest before?
Probably a few times.
Okay. Are you proficient in history?
I am.
Oh, roll me a history check.
He's so smart.
Dirty 20?
He's so smart.
20. You two have had in you know of Ibermund. You actually know what Ibermund looks like, so I'm going to show this one to you, everyone. Because
Now that looks like someone who can fight.
you and Ibermund share some animal-like qualities. But you know that generally the monster hunters are welcome in his woods. Like, generally speaking, like, it's usually not that big of a deal for the monster hunters to come in because it usually saves him trouble of having to do it himself.
All right.
But
awesome.
nothing really happens on your watch unless Valeris is back. She is not, but Bastion is, so we could go to the next watch.
Deacon will go wake up Trey and tell Trey that he needs to go wake up Bastion for watch if he feels like he needs a babysitter.
Wait, which one needs a babysitter?
He tells
I'm
that
waking
to
up Trey.
Okay.
Thank you. Gonna wake up fire. I could say that word. It's not a part of word.
Hey,
Hey, it's time for a watch.
right.
He said we should wake the other one, but he's kind of obnoxious.
Well, we're supposed to wake him up, so we should probably do that, right?
Yeah, I guess you can wake him up if you want.
Deacon's just kind of like rolled over onto his side and just smiled to himself.
Fire's gonna walk over and wake up Bastion. Hey, Bastion, it's time for watch.
Just from the slits of his helmet, you see his eyes open up, and they're just like animal-like. Right. Time for our watch. Is everyone ready?
Yeah, Trey's over there.
Just sitting cross-legged on the ground.
Well, I'll leave you all to your side of the watch. I'll go watch from the other side.
So basically, Bastion is going to do his watch, but he will occasionally make sure to keep an eye on Trey and Fire and note if they're doing their jobs properly.
Well, Fire got a 19, so she's doing all right.
Watching freaking Trey too much.
I see everything.
Trey, you have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Ah, that's what it is. Don't have dark vision.
So
For 60 feet.
as y'all are just kind of hanging out, Fire and you are both kind of facing towards the old forest. In Bastion, you're facing the other way.
Mhm.
And the two of you aren't really talking. You know, you're actually just kind of sitting there watching.
Holding hands. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what it is. I'm disgusted. I can't take my eyes off it.
Too much PDA.
And you think you see some movement off, like far, like at the edge of your dark vision. Because you got a 22? Yeah.
I see movement about 60 feet away. That direction. I'm gonna mutter loud enough for Bastion to hear.
I'm gonna assume that Bastion was smart enough to actually have a torch for his watch so he could see.
Yeah.
And he turns and looks in that direction that Trey is pointing.
With the 9, you don't really see too much out there.
Shit, it's dark in this wood.
Should we wake the others?
No. Stay close. If you hear something squealing, it's just me killing something. And Bastion will start trekking a little bit further out and see if he can get a better look on it. And see if Trey was just pulling his leg. Not too far though, but he's going to start creeping towards the direction.
Okay. Make me another perception check.
Yes.
And you take the torch with you?
Apparently not. Left it. Can't see shit.
No, I mean with the torchlight, it makes it hard to see.
Oh, god damn! If I could throw the torch, do better with my own eyes anyway. But he'll just do his walk, and if nothing comes and attacks him, then it is what it is.
No, nothing attacks you. Could have been an animal.
Wait a second. He's gonna insight Trey.
Sure.
Son bitch.
There's the good roll.
When it involves you.
Wait. I'm being honest. I saw something at the edge of my vision dash.
Yeah. He sees that. He's like, yeah. He actually saw something.
As you go down, I mean, you could look for tracks. You could do a whole lot to confirm his story with the 19.
Oh yeah. I got some survival. I'll see if I can look on the ground. Apparently, I can't look far, but if I look close at my feet, I might be able to see something.
You gotta go pick up the torch that you just threw. So
Take your helmet
torches.
off.
that you threw like you were upset with a video game controller.
Fucking torch. I run over and like grab fire, but you got light, right? I'm tired of carrying this shit around. Can you come walk with me?
Yeah. She'll walk with you, and like as she walks past the torch, she uses control flame, and the fire jumps from the torch into her hand.
Much better. And now he pulls out his great sword. This would have worked out better anyway. And we'll start that. I'll try a survival check with help from fire if I can to see if there's any tracks or broken twigs or kind of cool shit.
Fire will assist you. She knows how to do that.
There, a dirty 20. It's a different kind of light. That's what I needed.
Right. You see some tracks leading, like it kind of looks like somebody was like crouching behind a bush and then ran away. Is like you see them coming, stopping, and going. And make me a nature check to identify the tracks. Uh, and you have advantage
13.
on it because of
Oh, okay.
fire
I'll
as
roll again.
well. Because she is proficient in both of
21.
those skills. 21. You can identify those tracks as knoll footprints.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Different character. They don't know about that. Knowles. Don't think there's anything to worry about just yet. But we should stay close to the others.
Have
Be
you
prepared for an
worked
ambush.
in this forest before, Bastion?
I'm gonna say no. Well, he's probably done some other type of work.
Okay.
Old Druid Groves is like no fun.
Then continue.
But he knows Knowles.
Yeah.
So he'll take fire back and we'll stay close. Great. Good eye. Those were
Thank you.
Knowles.
Gross.
Right. So we're on their turf. What do we do?
We don't know anything about them or the location or their numbers, so the best thing we can do is just keep our eyes open.
Stay put and form perimeter.
Exactly. You're both right. Set up a defensible position and do not get too far out. We want to stay close so we can defend. We're not going to run out in the dark.
Do we wake up Agark?
No. Let the old man sleep. If something comes like a bolt or an arrow or a javelin or something, yeah, sound the alarm. But otherwise, just keep your eyes out. They need their rest.
You know he would kick your ass for calling him old.
I hope he does. I think we just continue the watch and just have a prepared mind.
Yeah. There's no other movement throughout the watch.
So Trey, you're good for the rest of you could be up for the rest of the time, right? Because you got your 4 hours.
Trey, Fire, Bixis all would be up at this point. Oh no, Bixis is still asleep. Through third watch? Yep. She would be awake after that, but because she's only 4 hours.
All right, Bastion will go get Agart. Hey, friend, time to wake up. Yep, I'm up. Trey got a good eye. There was a knoll scouting out the party, so just keep a stiff. Sorry, you have a stiff knee. That was a bad term. Vigilant eye.
Just the one.
From what I could tell from the tracks, yeah, it would seem like a scout.
All right. I'll keep an eye out.
Good hunting.
Alright, Agark, make me a perception check for your watch. Nothing seems to happen in the gray of the morning as the sun begins to rise. Everything is shipshape as everyone else begins to wake up. It's a beautiful morning in the north of the continent. As you
Agark already had breakfast going.
like taking
First
time.
thing Bastion does when he gets up, he finds that fucking torch and just chucks it. Piece of shit doesn't work.
You all get the effects of a long rest, and we are going to make our way to the old forest, starting with the lumber camp.
Oh, look at that quaint little camp. With a giant fucking ballista. I like it.
So this is your first stop along the way. The temperatures are nice and cool this time of year as you kind of make your way uh, to the tree line. You can hear the wind blowing through the trees as they sway. It's a nice crisp morning. Little chilly, but it's not too bad. As you approach this logging camp, the uh, strange uh, part is that it is abandoned. Like there is nobody here that you can see, um, and as you approach, you can see kind of the telltale signs of why that is, as this camp has been attacked and wrecked. Uh, Anybody that's proficient in the nature skill can pretty easily identify the footprints of the Hydra, but for those of you that are not, it's quickly pointed out that this is definitely the work of a Hydra that has attacked this camp. Uh, what would you all like to do as you arrive at the logging camp?
Are there people here?
It is
Assume?
abandoned.
Abandoned.
Until
Okay.
But
the
are
Hydra
there
problem is taken care of.
look for any food or supplies? Maybe like food and drink? Oh,
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
Yeah, check for cabbage.
Yeah, we need that, D.
don't we have plenty of cabbage already?
Last.
No, I want to see
No.
if it doesn't like the cabbage, because then we can use it as a repellent.
Trey, you're able to find some rations, and in searching, you find a number of uh, like you see like there's a number of like knoll pelts that you find, which is a little morbid considering that the gnolls are like
A
sentient
humanoid
Humanoid.
race.
humanoid animal like creatures. Yeah. So like you do find a number of like it's like taking a scalp of something, you know what I mean? So you do find a number of gnoll pelts, like kind of among like the logger stuff, um, as well as finding like rations and things like that.
Okay. Any food or drink?
Uh, I'm gonna say no. You don't find any like alcohol, but
Well, I
you
wasn't asking about alcohol. There could be barrels of water. Jeez, DM.
I swear to God, I will drop kick that so
But
quick.
Old aged
is there
barrels of
alcohol?
grape juice.
make me an investigation check.
Fermented cabbage alcohol.
Oh, wait, are you talking to me?
Are you looking around for things?
Yes.
Then make me an investigation check.
16.
16. You investigate this kind of more centralized like building, and you're able to kind of find like the magistrate's quarters, and you are able to find a nice bottle of I'm gonna call it whiskey in there, uh, along with like ledgers and other kinds of like paperwork and documents and things like that.
Is there a diary or a journal somewhere?
There is.
Vec would like to take that. Could
Sure.
have some useful information there.
Are you gonna read it?
Yes.
So
No, I
as
want
you
to eat it.
like kind of leaf through the pages, you do see kind of this like uh you see just the day-to-day operations of the camp kind of laid out. You do see that there's been a number of altercations um with Eberman's troops as they're described in this journal. You see that that's been kind of a big kind of moment of tension. And then you hear there are kind of as you go further in, there are the reports of Hydra sightings in the woods, people going missing, crews not coming back, and things like that. And you see in the last entry that he was in the middle of writing it, probably when the Hydra attacked. Uh, it was talking about pushing uh, northward further into the woods away from the spiders to the west.
Do we know exactly where the Hydra's lair is?
No.
Does he mention? Does the journal entries? Is there a specific area that people don't come back from? Like, oh, they're going to the North Woods.
The northeast.
Northeast, so that's probably where the okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
it
people
describes
disappeared.
the spiders being to the northwest.
All right. Okay, Vec will report what he saw, what he read. Because he's got good eyes since he ate the cabbage. Anyway.
Spiders and gnolls and hydras, oh my.
Oh no. Something definitely is Yes, but as long as we stay away from northwest, we should be good. We should what the Instead what we should do is head northeast. That's where the Hydra is.
Agark and Deacon, you would also know that the Knolls would probably be part of Eberman's forces.
Would we have known that Everman might have like taken over operation of this camp?
I mean, no one's here.
Right, but like pre-attack.
I would assume not because there was no pelts, and I feel like if the gnolls took over, they wouldn't have that.
Fair, fair.
So do we head out now, or do we want to scout the camp a little more? Is there anything? Do we want to try and lure it here and trap it, or do we want to try and hunt it down?
How recent does the attack look?
Make
Or in
a
the
survival
journal.
check.
All right.
To help you.
Are you proficient in survival?
I am proficient in survival.
Sure you can.
Heck yes. 14?
Are you wanting me to do my own?
Yeah, in case you roll a 15.
18.
All right.
Like piecing it together, like it's probably been like no, it's probably been like a week or so because
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
that's about the time it took for the report to get here of the attack to get back to the Lord, and the Lord to send word to Lord Van Dyer and everything, and then for you to travel. So like you know you're give or
A
take a
week
couple of
behind it.
days, right? Like you're working with some pretty big assumptions
Yeah.
here, but like yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to lure it back. It looks like it made its way through here some time ago. We're going to have to track it down.
I concur. I think what we want to do is go over the camp here, see if there's any potions of healing or anything of that nature, and I said we follow the tracks to its lair and kill it there.
Pixies will not start scouring the camp for useful items.
Okay. I need everyone to make me perception checks.
Yeah. Healer kits. We want all the fun stuff. There it is. Hey, there's our druid.
23.
Ooh, sheesh. All right.
Oh!
And I'm going to go get a drink while you guys all do this.
Oh, I got a nat 20 as well.
Hey,
He's still got one better, damn it.
Is it too late for me to switch Jethro out for Bastion? He's kind of rolling hot.
I mean, Jethro was rolling really hot too.
No, he was until he died. But that wasn't my rolls. That was Nick's rolls.
That was supposed to happen. Okay?
It was supposed to happen.
It was a canon event.
That was my goal. Traumatize everyone into being better.
Yeah, you did it. Bigsy's like
He's immediately a next character.
Yep, that's what I do. I get you out of the swamp and then I leave you with a note.
so fucked up.
All right. Did you also roll a natural 20?
I did, my friend. I did.
Okay.
Not better than Bixis, but the 24.
Okay. Well.
Just one more better than Deacon.
Again.
Then
That means
I'm
you're
gonna
rolling
say,
hot
as
tonight
you
too,
all
Ryan.
are searching throughout the camp, that the two of you see as they are kind of creeping up, and you're going to give everyone a round to prepare. There are a number of individuals approaching.
Not alone.
4 from there and 4 from over there.
Oh, question. When we came in, did we look like there was any noticeable gaps besides the main entrance in the palisade wall?
I'm gonna say that there are sections, like there are numerous sections of it that are broken
Okay.
from the Hydra.
So when the Hydra came in, they knocked that shit over.
Question: does this give us like a minute worth of preparation, perhaps? If we saw them coming? Like if I could hurry and sneak up here and prepare a snare for them to walk into?
I'll say yes. With 2 natural 20s, I'll say yes.
Nice.
I'll give you guys a minute to prepare.
I'm gonna cast snare right here and wait for them to walk in.
Bastion will get the ear of Deacon and Agark, and say, "We got two sets of hostile forces coming in. One from the west, one from the southwest. Let's split up. Make sure the little ones are not getting into too much trouble."
All right, rookies. Like we talked about.
One entrance to the camp, though, right?
Well, there's a lot of holes that they can come in.
Okay.
But a nice juicy target might draw them into the trap. Bastion's gonna pull up forward and he's gonna prepare a javelin and try to chuck it.
Deacon is going to start murmuring an incantation as just kind of his extremities start to glow with that orange fiery light. And like before we're ready to roll initiative, he's going to cast Bless on the 3 new recruits.
Which one are you? The NPC? Fire? Is fire getting
Fire's
excluded?
out. She didn't laugh at my joke.
She didn't like my joke.
Any other preparations that anyone would like to make?
Can I ready a spell?
Sure. What spell would you like to ready?
Entangle?
Sure.
Ooh, good one.
Alright,
Let me.
And then everyone can also position themselves where they'd like to be positioned inside the camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna take the biggest hole and try to block it with my buddy, which I think is the main entrance. So I'm gonna try to draw them in there.
And then I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay, I don't get the advantage on initiative until level 7.
Hooray!
Let's
Shit.
go.
Okay,
I knew
Trey.
it was coming too.
I didn't put it up on the board though.
Oh, I didn't have mine clicked either.
My
So it
bar,
doesn't count.
yes, it does.
Can
Oh
you-
no, I did. Damn it, I do have it on there. It counted.
Alright, Bixus is on fire. Oh wait, no, I have to roll for fire. Hold on.
Get off of her!
Yeah, what are you doing?
Stop it!
Not now.
Is that everyone? 1, 2.
I'm not on the board, I don't think.
I'll re-roll mine.
Why aren't you on the board, Trey?
You
I
didn't click
don't
your token
know,
before you rolled, huh?
Yeah, I didn't do
He's
that.
drunk again.
He's drunk
Right.
again. Damn it, Trey.
I only took a couple drinks.
Beacon, fix your health.
It's fixed on D&D Beyond.
Oh, not on the map. Okay, cool.
Agarker was going last anyways.
No, he's not.
With a 4?
With a
She
4.
rolled a 4.
Oh, I was looking at his. Oh, it looked a lot bigger when I read it the first time. The
Somebody's
point 13
missing
got me.
still. Vec is missing. Vec got
413.
a 6. Is Vec here? Vec, sound off.
Vec is here. Sorry about that.
It's
I
all
got a
good.
6.
Okay. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's everybody. Let's go. Bixus, you're up first as these guys begin closing in. Sorry. First things first that happens is the entangle spell goes off.
A.
Ooh, which pack were you going for? The left one or the bottom one?
Going for the left one. So it's a 20-foot square. Let me just get this move. Yeah, area effect 20 feet. So I think I can just entangle them, or this group.
So it's like that.
Yes. Want it to cover the entire. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
They're all
Like
slipping.
so.
Yes.
All right, and they all need to make strength saving throws. Yep.
Yes. Oh.
Ah, big old bear.
Yeah, maybe the bear. Well, at least the
He could roll one.
nose. Yeah.
Who knows? He could be Baloo, and he's missing the bear necessities.
Oh yeah.
Get out.
He needs that too. From cabbages.
He doesn't have the D.
Well, shit. The gnolls made it, and the bear failed.
No. Oh no.
But it's still
Um,
difficult terrain for that first bit, right?
Yep, difficult terrain. Oh, God damn it. There we go. Yep, difficult terrain.
So he is restrained. Dang. Okay. He ain't going nowhere. All right. What does it look like as Vec casts this spell?
So there was originally one weed, and then up pops another, up pops another, up pops another. The gnolls, like they sort of see it, so it starts wrapping around them a bit too early, so the gnolls are able to wiggle out of it. But the bear, it just keeps growing like vines all around. And he's just tied up by a bunch of weeds. Because it was all over.
All right. Which brings us to the start of combat. Mixus, you are up first.
Okay.
Bixies. Bixises. Big sis.
B.
One of them.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Um, I'm gonna take a page from my newly appointed sensei's book, and I would like to cast Entangle on the southern group.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
All right, 20 feet it is. Just like that.
Perfect.
Do you guys have the same DC and everything? All right, well, let's make some saving throws.
I catch the bear too.
No, in this case, the bear does not get caught, and neither do the gnolls.
Okay.
What does it
I'm
look
still
like?
learning.
Bixis casts this spell. Big girl Bixis.
She's gonna look over at Beck, and she's going to try and copy, and in a similar fashion, the vines just started sprouting up way too fast, and before they could like wrap around the knolls, they just broke them. But still difficult terrain. You're gonna slow their roll a little bit.
All right. Anything else that you would like to do?
Ooh, that's what I got for now.
All right. Then it is Deacon's turn.
All right. Deacon is going to fumble through his pack and like he's going to slowly be taking it off of his back as he's walking across this campsite and starts climbing up this little stairwell up onto this guard platform up the side of the wall. And as he drops his backpack, he's just like pulling this length of chain out that he begins wrapping up around his wrist, like over and over and over again, so that he doesn't have to hold the chain, that he can just swing it like a whip. And as he starts wrapping this, he begins incanting,
All right, this isn't a hydra, but I suppose we're going to have to make do. Perhaps these imbeciles don't know who they're dealing with in here, that we're not just loggers, but we're here.
and his voice is just going to start booming, on behalf of the Van Dire Monster Hunters Guild, and just let out this lioness roar with his channel divinity of a conquering presence. And I'm going to need all the other guys outside of this wall to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, they do not have high wisdom. Okay. No way. Both groups of gnolls rolled a natural one.
All right.
All right, let's see.
Nice.
Here we go for the bears. Duh, bears.
Daubers.
What's the DC?
DC 13.
So, this bear makes it. This bear fails. So
That
they're
poor
all
bear, man.
frightened except for this bear right here of you.
All right. I'll take that.
That's wild, dude. Let's see, what icon do I use for frightened?
I think there's a scaredy face, isn't there?
There's the skull. I see sleepy.
Oh, it's put the one next to the grenade. Should be like the second way at the bottom, one to the right.
Ah,
Screaming.
They're scared out of their minds.
this guy's restrained and feared. Okay. Wow. So none of these guys can get closer to you, huh?
Not
Shit.
this round. Or the next minute, so long as they keep failing.
Oh my god.
What's the square down on the south? I was out.
Also
Did we-
entangled. Uh,
Oh,
Bix
fun.
is called cast entangled as well. So we have double entangled and everyone's feared. So really good crowd control coming out of this party right now. Deacon, anything else you'd like to do?
That's gonna do it for his turn.
That was a fucking cool turn.
That was pretty excellent.
Trey.
Trey is going to hop up these stairs and step up on this platform, pull out his flask, pull out a little shuriken, and throw a dart at one of these dolls. Because that's all I have for ranged, and I don't want to get in the middle of that. Does a 21 hit?
21
Oh.
absolutely hits.
Oh, yeah.
7 damage ain't nothing.
And then bonus action, take a drink of the flask. Wait, can monks bonus action dodge or?
For a
Uh,
key point, yeah.
Yes.
for a key point.
Um, can I drink as a free action?
Yeah, item interaction, sure. Well, no.
It's just liquor. It's not a healing pot.
It's the same concept though, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
say no. Bonus
Well,
action.
no, I just think like healing pots are really pulpy. That's why it takes an action.
Well, it's a free action to pull it out from your backpack.
Sure.
Ah.
Free action to pull it out. Bonus action to drink it.
Yeah, do you have threads on that flask? Good luck doing that quick.
Ooh, that's a good point. Then
Cork, you could pop it off.
Then I'll hold on to the flask and bonus action, dodge.
All right, you're gonna use patient defense. Is I believe the name of the ability,
Yep.
Oh, I just found it. Yes.
and you're gonna spend a key point to do that.
Yes, and I'll find it one day. I have 3 key points. It's just a dodge action for this turn, huh? And they're all feared, aren't they?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right,
We're
Trey be
learning.
dodging.
Yeah, commit to the bit.
My dodge looks kind of like a drunken stumble, but don't think too much about that.
Are you standing on a barrel by chance?
No, I could barely stand on the ground.
Damn.
All right. Well, it is the Knoll's turn. Huh. So they can't get closer to. Well, this really
Well, here, Nick, I had a readied action to throw a javelin when they're in range, and this front one's in range. Can I
Oh,
javelin him and then maybe
go
provoke
ahead.
them?
You can absolutely. The problem is they can't get closer to
No, I
y'all.
know, but I want to provoke them if they're going to do ranged things, target me instead of
Slings and
somebody else.
sticks and spears.
You want to know what I
19 on the javelin.
19 is going to javelin a hit. Are you gonna throw the same? Are you gonna hit it at the same one that the
Oh my God.
got hit by the
Damn.
shuriken?
Which one was that one? I can only hit this one, the front 2 guys. So,
Yeah, this is the one that Trey hit.
oh, I don't want to mess with Trey's kill. I want my own kill, so I'll take the middle one.
All right.
And that would be max damage on that javelin.
Yeah.
Watch this. I like to think that he picked up one of those fucking spiky pylons out front and just hucked it at something.
I'm cool with that.
He's like, all right, that was my ready. You can go do your null thing.
Well, the gnolls are going to. They are not equipped with any ranged weapons. Shit. We're gonna make some wisdom saving throws for them. DC was 13. They get over it.
DC 13. Oh, damn.
All right. So the gnolls up here, they lost their turn, but they got over the fear as their bear master behind them is like, "What are you all doing? Go get them!" The gnolls to the south are gonna make their save. They fail. They're still afraid. So that's gonna be their turn. Valeris.
Alrighty. Lyris is going to go up here onto this thing and shoot at this guy with her short bow.
Which guy?
Middle, same
The
guy I
front,
hit with the
the
pylon.
middle. Oh, I guess I could hit one of the others though.
It's up to you.
I'll hit this one on the left.
All right, fire away.
I don't think a 9's going to hit.
You are
Plus a
hashtag
D4.
blessed.
But oh, I'm
Blessed.
blessed. Hashtag bless. 11.
11 does not hit,
All right.
but you look graceful.
Unsturdy box he's standing on there.
Anything else you'd
Is
like
there
to do?
like is there like a lip here that she could like duck behind, bonus action hide?
Sure.
That's what I'll do. I need to make a stealth check for that, correct?
Correct.
19.
Hey.
All right. Shoot and hide. I like it. All right. Bastion.
All right. So we got some entangles, and then we got like a snare right in front of me.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
How big is a snare? Is it a 5-foot square or is it a...
Just a wee little spot.
All right. Well, he pulls out of his pack a slightly smaller but equally deadly javelin as well. But this time he is going to intensify his physicality as he goes into a rage. Let's do this. So he'll rage and then throw his javelin.
All right. Who you throwing it at?
Same guy, right in the middle.
All right. Fire away. Natural 20 is gonna do it.
Oh.
Who are you and what have you done with? Do you just have to play barbarian? Is that it?
Barbarian is my class, man. That's what I play.
Well, a natural 20 is definitely gonna do it. Roll some damage.
All right, so this is gonna be 2d6. Oh, actually, I'll just do it on the thing.
Oh my god.
And then I get to add 2 more to that for
Rage
my rage
damage.
damage. So that's 18 points of damage to that front knoll. He's taken 28 so far.
He had 12 HP left. So, how do you want to dismantle him? How do you picture this as the second javelin goes into him?
I figure he's doing that stupid like hyena laugh thing because he's getting ready. He's not scared anymore, so he's laughing at Deacon. And I'm like, no one laughs at Deacon. And I throw it right through his throat and pin him to the ground.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yeah, I point at the bear and I'm like, I'm coming for you, bitch. That's my turn.
You're a fucking wrestler. I want you, motherfucker.
I want you Sunday night.
Oh,
but that's it.
All right, fire. On her turn, was gonna cast entangle. Now she's gonna
Fucking
cast
druids.
flaming sphere. Cause she's a fiery mage, so she's gonna run out behind Bastion and she's going to put her hands out in front of her as just this flaming sphere appears in the space in front of everybody as this ball of fire erupts, and then she can ram it into something. Yeah.
Yeah. Bonus action as you move it, you hit somebody, they have to make the save and do the thing.
All right.
Eh.
She's gonna go bowling.
It's cool because it's a concentration, so you can keep it up and just cast other spells while you're just ramming that thing in there.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, druids, don't forget your concentration on entangle.
But she doesn't have entangled.
No, the other druids that cast entangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that little bit, or I would have cast something else, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, as long as you hold them for a round, I mean, that's good.
All right. They need to make a dexterity saving throw. 14. Let's see. That's going to pass. So they take half of this 2d6. Half of 7 is 3 fire damage to that knoll as fire
Right, but
heats
what type?
things up. All right, it is the bear man's turns. This bear man up here needs to get out of the entangle, so he's going to make a strength check against your spell save DC to try to free himself.
I hope he doesn't.
Disadvantage because he's frightened
Does that
Ooh,
give
this
disadvantage on
ability
checks?
on checks.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
So if it's a save, he's good. If it's a check,
He rolled a 21 and an 18 for at disadvantage.
So he's still entangled, right? No.
No, he definitely is free from your entangled. However, he is still afraid of Deacon, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw because that's the only thing he's doing with his turn. And a 15's gonna make it, so he is
15
no
makes it.
longer afraid. And next round is gonna get in business. Now, this guy to the south, however, is merely only dealing with difficult terrain. But if he takes a sidestep, I think he's going to be good. As he rushes up to Deacon, and is going to make a swing with this great axe. I think a 10 is going to miss.
10 misses.
What about a 13?
13 misses.
All right.
Woo!
Swing.
He like throws up the arm that's just covered in the chain and just deflects the axe blow.
You have the high ground. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Vec, it is your turn.
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to throw an ice knife at the bear right here.
Okay.
Let me cast that. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Yay! And also, anything around it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
They fail.
Yay! Okay, so that means the bear takes 10 damage. They need to roll or take 2d6 damage.
You got that. It's the 8 damage. You already got it rolled.
Oh shit! Never mind.
So the bear
So they
takes
take
the
8.
full 10, and then the other dudes take
8.
8.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yes.
8's a lot. All right.
That was a lot of damage in one turn. You did what? 8, 24, 26 points of damage in one attack.
Yeah.
Way to go,
what's
Rachel.
it look like as Vec casts this spell?
Just so as he's okay, hold on. He's forming an ice sphere, like a little icicle, and he just right onto the bear as soon as it makes contact. Like, it's just a second in there that really digs into the bear. And then after a second, it just explodes. And just shards of ice dig into the skin of these gnolls.
Rachel, don't sleep on making everything cabbage themed now.
I have to, yeah.
Like, you could have hucked a frozen cabbage.
Oh,
and
fuck,
have
god
it
damn it.
explode into frozen cabbage leaves.
Can I actually do that?
Fuck
You
yeah,
know what?
can do
Actually,
that.
inside the ice knife are little tiny like shards of these
Brussels sprouts?
yes, Brussels sprouts that are for some reason, they're very hard, and when it explodes, like a ton of Brussels sprouts just hit these, like it's like little tiny meteors.
Fragmentation grenade. Full of Brussels sprouts.
There we go.
Claymore full of Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
Agark, Bullneck, it is your turn.
Okay. So, Agark doesn't really have a ranged weapon. And he is trying to stick by his battle buddy. So, he's just going to take a step up and sort of interpose himself between fire and any of the remaining threats.
Okay.
Then he will ready an action should anybody get within range.
All right. What action is that?
He's going to attack it.
All right.
Sword and board. Woo.
Big sis.
Oh, don't put the T on there. That sounds gross.
What? Big sis?
You said big cyst, like a cyst.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Gross.
So many fun nicknames.
Played with too many frogs, got into work, got a cyst.
I'm gonna target the bear, and I'm gonna do guiding bolt.
Which bear?
Northern bear. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I
Northern
thought
bear.
that was you, huh? No, I'll do the southern bear. I forgot he came out of my entangle. So yeah, I'll yeah, southern bear. Southern bear. I'll do guiding bolt. Yeah. I'm on top of it. Fantastic. I'm not gonna hit the southern bear.
No, not with that natural one. You will not.
Watch where you're firing that thing.
I already said that my sister was a better shot than I was, so clearly that rings true.
Describe to us this what it looks like as you cast this spell, and as what is the reason why you horribly miss.
So she goes to shoot, and she gets distracted by the cabbages that exploded. And she looks over for a moment, and then as she looks over, she did her shot. And then when she looks back, she realizes that she actually hit right here next to Deacon instead of the bear. I'm blaming the cabbages.
And it's Deacon's turn.
Wow, cabbages are so strong.
Deacon's going to yank his battle axe off of his back and try and do one fluid swing, both handed down into the skull of this giant bear man.
Come on, Ryan. First attack roll. Let's do this.
18.
Yes!
18 hits.
For 13 slashing damage.
That's pretty good damage.
Right on the noggin.
Any bonus actions?
I think, what is it? I'm going to give him a hammering horns with my bonus action. So immediately after
Yes.
making a melee attack, as part of the attack action, I can use the bonus action to attempt to push the target with my horns. It has to be within 5 feet of me and no more than one size larger. So I need a strength saving throw, DC 13, or be pushed 10 feet back. Push him back into the entangle.
You're gonna love this. He got a 12.
Yes, one better than the bear.
One better.
How far back?
Back into those roots.
It's
10
10
feet
feet.
back.
See, now you see why I like to wrestle Deacon.
See, I need to get
He's a fighter.
that what's it, spikes or whatever, like the fucking
Spike growth.
Spike growth, yeah. That way they're fucking taking damage instead of just difficult terrain.
He's gonna make his way back up and like, yep, they're slowly breaking free from what I was able to do and making their way northwards. Right now, they're all still entangled.
Trey, it's your go.
I'm gonna throw a dart. Shuriken. Batarang. Oh no! Blessed?
Hashtag blessed.
D4.
Hey!
13.
13 is gonna hit the knoll.
All right.
We are consistent.
7 is exactly how much HP that knoll had left. Trey, what does it look like as you skewer a knoll?
Right. How to. Right as it goes for its throat, it just cuts its throat as it goes by.
And just like another one falls down. Anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus action drink.
All right. Everyone sees it.
Oh, we're fighting, it's fine.
All right.
Jaw.
The gnolls finally get to move. This one's gonna
Only the one.
This one's gonna use its sudden rush ability and rush in and trigger the trap and the held actions. So
Snare first?
snare first. What happens with the snare?
Has to do successful intelligence check against my spell save DC.
It got an 18.
Oh, well, fuck you.
This is not Big Sis's day.
No.
You can see the shit out of some stuff.
Oh, wait, no, that's just to be discerned. Hold on.
Well,
A dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. It got a 21.
Well, fuck you again.
This knoll is avenging its dead comrades. It's on a rampage.
This knoll don't deal with fucking traps and shit. Come on, Ben. Crush his skull.
Ben had a held action, I believe.
I did.
Swing away, sir. $16 hits.
All right. Then you're going to take 9 points of damage.
Oops, I did not mean to delete the knoll.
Hey, good job.
Cast that again.
Agart, man. You cast deletion with that sword.
Put him back. All right, 9 points of damage.
And I'll be right back.
Okay, the knoll is going to make an attack with its short sword at Bastion, which is an 8, and then it's going
Nope.
oh, it gets 2 short sword attacks.
Bring it.
22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
For 3 piercing damage.
Half to 1.
And then it's going to make a bite at Trey's leg. Does a 12 hit?
No.
All right. You were able to dodge out of the way of this ferocious flesh-gnawing knoll. Valorous, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
There's a knoll right next to you.
There sure is.
Probably doesn't know you're there.
No, she's hiding actually.
Yes.
Sneak.
So, let's see. She's going to pull out her rapier and just stab down at it.
All right. Swing with advantage.
And I get advantage, yes.
16 hits. Roll some sneak attack.
Total of 16.
How would you like to
Nice.
skewer a knoll?
Yeah, she pulls out her rapier and stabs it like as best as you can with the rapier. You know, tip down, it just pierces right into the top of its skull, and then she quickly pulls it out and then wipes the blood off of on her like her pants.
As the blood just starts spraying onto Bastion, Deacon, and Trey in the other direction.
And then I'm gonna hide again.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Ooh,
Oh, bless. Ability check.
plus the bless 14.
Yeah.
You are hidden. All right. It is Bastion's turn.
All right. Bastion's going to say to Agark, Agark, pack to the south is coming. I'm going to head off the bear. And then he is going to move his full complement to movement. I believe I can get there. Can I get there?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I think I can
he's
get there.
large size.
Yeah, yeah. And as I'm going, I jump over the first. Oh, that's what I do. There's a stump there, so I'm going to do it thematically, so I can get the extra 5 feet of movement to
Yeah, like
avoid the
fucking
difficult terrain.
Spartan jump off of the stump.
Spartan jump with the great sword down on top of the fucking bear. And I'm going to recklessly attack.
All right, swing with advantage.
So reckless.
I got an 8. Fucking
Um,
slipped on no blood.
Splinter
make
in your
me
foot from the
a
jump.
make me an athletics check.
Yeah, I got you. Dirty 20.
All right, you're able to avoid being full on thrown to the ground by the bear.
I like to think that he dodged my attack, and that I did miss.
No, he went to like full on like grab you.
Oh, he
and
tried to
just,
grab
like,
me, okay.
throw you to the ground as part of like the jump attack, but you're able to kind of like not get thrown to the ground by the bear, and you just
Nice.
land next to him. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think I don't have any bonus actions. Yep, that's it.
All right, fire is going to try to ram this sphere into the
Oh
bear.
shit! I didn't know there was a sphere there. Can I jump 1 square to the south?
Sure.
I wouldn't have jumped next to a flaming sphere. That's kind of dumb.
All right. If
Thank you.
must.
What's wrong? Scared of a little flame, Bastion?
You know what? I moved my character sheet, and the sphere is directly underneath my health bubble. I don't even see it.
That's funny. Well, she's gonna move it here, and then she's gonna ram it into this creature, and it's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. It's gonna fail that dexterity saving throw, so she's gonna roll 9 fire damage. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
1 second. Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I think my headset is a little bit better now. Something was being weird with it. Okay. So that is Fire's turn.
Well, that was just a bonus action to move the sphere, right? She still has an action.
Oh, right. She cast the spell last turn. Wait. Oh. I don't believe she has.
Well, she has control flame. Can she make her flaming sphere hotter? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Seems like a cool thing a fire druid would do.
Would be cool. I mean, if she, I should give her Create bonfire does damage. What does damage? What's a fire spell that does damage? For
Firebolt.
cantrip.
Yeah, I don't think they have fire. There's a produce flame. Produce flame is a ranged cantrip.
All right, she's gonna use produce flame. 19's gonna hit for 4 more fire damage.
Man, the DM even hits against themselves.
As fire is just unleashing fire damage against this creature. She's just standing there, her hands just glowing with fire. Her and Deacon next to each other are a real pair. All right. It is the bear's turn. This bear, finally happy to get to swing at something, is going to swing at Bastion.
It has advantage because I reckless.
Well, does a 15 hit you?
15 misses.
Really?
I got 16 AC.
Well,
One better.
its second attack is a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
Which is gonna be only 7 points of slashing damage. That's
Add to 3. I'll take it.
And that's gonna be its attack. This bear is gonna recover from getting pushed, and it's going to cost him 10 feet to move out, and then he's going to have another 20 feet of movement. Which I believe will get them to there. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, it should. The first one is 10, and then after that it's normal movement.
Yep. And then they're going to swing at you with advantage.
Yes, sir.
For a natural 20.
Woohoo!
Okay, this is a lot more damage. This is... Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, 25 points of slashing damage.
Head to 12. Okay.
Yeah, as this other bear comes in and just whack smacks you in the back. Its second attack is a 25 to hit for 14 slashing damage.
All right, cool. Bear number 1 has to make a dex save at the end of their turn for a flaming sphere.
Okay.
Motherfucking bear paws.
It makes it. So it's going to take...
Half damage.
Half damage? Oh yeah, because it's ending its turn there. I guess this one can move, so it's going to move away from the fire. Because it took the turn when she rammed it into... Or it took the damage when she rammed it into him. Okay. Vec.
Originally, I was going to do nice ice knife because that worked out so well. Can't do that. I don't want to kill. Oh no, wait! I got some gnolls. All right, hold on, just 1 sec.
They look hungry for some vitamin D.
Oh, you know what? I didn't roll for them. I didn't roll their wisdom saves.
No.
DC 13.
They failed. They got a 2.
65. I need to get close. Can I move through party members?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to move 20 feet here. Am I able to see the gnolls from here?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. I want to attack this gnoll with an ice knife.
All right. 22 is gonna hit.
This is 22. All right, I need deck saves from these two.
Oh my god. They got a dirty 20.
Okay, I don't think they take any no, they don't. The gnoll takes 8 damage.
It doesn't take the cold damage.
Does it?
It only takes the piercing
I
damage.
Hit or miss. The shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or a 2d6. So I think this gnoll also needs to take a dexterity saving throw.
He only got a 13,
Nate?
so he's gonna take the damage.
Yes, so he's got 13 points of damage.
All
Yes.
right. Anything else you'd like to do, Vec?
No. I mean, my cabbages are doing well. I'm showing everyone the cabbage way. I'm having a good time.
All right. Agark.
Okay, so we took out the guy closest to us here. Looks like everything's reasonably contained at this point. So, Agark going to make his way out.
Fighting Bastion right now.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way out and assist Bastion. Is this, I mean, I guess the distances are approximately correct.
Yeah, they should be.
Okay, then 5, 10, 15. Alright, so I get there in flank.
Yep.
And here comes the longsword attack. How about a 20?
Dirty 20 is gonna hit.
Ugh.
For 4 damage.
Yeah, not great damage.
All right. Anything else that you'd like to do?
No, that's gonna be it for now.
Okay. It is Bixis's turn. Give me one.
Well, I'm on a roll, so once again, I'm gonna try and hit this southern bear.
Okay. I'm gonna disconnect from the call and come back really quick. One sec.
Nick, everything okay?
My headset's doing something weird.
What's happening with your headset?
I think it stopped. Okay. Yeah. I was hearing this like weird like white noise thing coming through it. I just think I needed to get a new headset. I might actually spend some money on that. Okay. Sorry. Amanda. You were
Southern bear.
24. 24 hits.
It's about damn time.
14 damage. All right. Could you please describe to us what this guiding bolt coming from Big Sis looks like?
So this time she's prepared to see the exploding cabbages so she doesn't get distracted. So there's like this little beam of like neon green light that like flies from her staff and it just flows right through, like right next to everyone. They just see this quick little beam and it just hits this bear right in the center of his chest. It's a really, really small little, almost like a firefly, just zips by and just explodes onto this bear's chest.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to do?
That's what I've got for now. Oh wait, bonus. Can I cast a spell as a bonus action? Can I cast a spell or no?
Do you have a bonus action?
No, I lied. I lied. Never mind.
Okay. Deacon.
Deacon's not going to let Agart get out there and get flanked on by his lonesome, so he's going to move up and around into position to take a swing at this werebear.
All right. You have
Dashing,
advantage
killing
both,
nobles.
from flanking and the guiding bolt.
Oh, I'm going to need it. A 13 to hit
I see a 16.
or 16 to hit.
A 16 hits for sure.
The ones on my beyond 20 were not the ones that were on my roll 20. That's weird. Okay. That's going to hit for 12 slashing damage.
All right. You guys are wailing on these bears. Anything else you'd like to do, Deacon?
No. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Trey. Don't
Let's go
forget,
fight a
green
bear.
area is difficult terrain.
Uh, 5, 10, 15. How much movement? 40. Oh. 10. I get right here.
Yep.
All right. Let's throw some punches.
Yeah.
Bam.
Swing away. 24 hits. Roll 6
Then
bludgeoning damage.
going to bonus action for a fury flurry
All
of
right.
blows.
2 more swings. 13 hits. 9 bludgeoning damage.
I'm going to use my Way the Cobalt to how's that work? Oh, I'm gonna extract his aspect. Yeah. I'm gonna analyze him, learning all its vulnerabilities, resistance, immunities, and condition immunities. And whenever it attacks me, I can react to attack it back.
Okay. It has no resistances, no immunities, none of those things.
I'm punching it in its face in.
16 is going to hit for 6 damage. All right.
And that's my turn.
Perfect. As Trey just comes up and gives this thing a 1-2 and a kick. Just wailing away on this giant bear, man. All right. It is the Knoll's turn to try to make a fucking wisdom save against this fear.
Poor guys. They should just go home.
I'm rolling these individually now. Oh. All 3 of them failed. Wow. Well, they can't move. Valeris.
Okay. This is. Oh, they're within range. Since it seems like they got the bears covered, I'm gonna take a shot at one of these guys with my short bow. with advantage because I hit it. 16.
Knowles.
Oh, they look like weird hyena things.
Yeah, that's exactly what a knoll is. 16 hits.
For 13 damage.
Perfect. Which one was this at?
This guy.
All right, 13 damage as you sink an arrow into him from your short bow.
And then bonus action hide.
All right, roll a stealth check. 16's pretty good. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is all I can do.
All right, Bastion.
Sorry. Bastion's eating tiny pickles in the middle of this combat.
Not now, Bastion.
He's getting his
so
deal.
hungry.
There are cabbages.
I'm gonna attack the far west one. Straight roll, no reckless, none of that.
All right, swing away.
18.
18 hits.
13 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Oh,
Anything
and
else?
yeah, special feature of this, that bear is currently marked by me and has disadvantage on all attacks that don't target me.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting.
As
Disadvantage?
well, it's a spiritual guardian, but I like to think that it's my primal aggression towards it. He better not take his eyes off me, otherwise it's gonna hurt.
Fire's gonna ram a flaming sphere into this thing. And it's going to make a dexterity saving throw. It's going to make it, so it's going to take half of this. So it takes 4 fire damage. And then she is going to produce flame. And 13 is going to hit for 7 more fire damage from fire. As she's just standing out here, fire maging it up.
This girl's on fire.
This girl is on fire. All right. It is the bear's turn. This bear is gonna swing at Bastion. Thanks for making that choice for me.
You're welcome.
Did you attack recklessly?
Nope.
Does a 24 hit?
Yep.
14 slashing damage.
Hip to 7.
Does a 15 hit?
Misses.
Hang on a second. So I get to try to intercept here before you take all that damage.
You have to be within 5 feet of me, right?
I'm trying to read it. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet. Okay, so not the creature within 5 feet. The target.
Yeah, you'd have to be next to me.
Okay.
If it happens to Deacon.
Yep.
Yeah, protect Deacon.
Yeah, protect me.
I mean,
Deacon's not the one that's down to 5 hit points.
Do a lot of damage to it. So this one is going to swing at Deacon. It's going to turn around and swing its great axe at Deacon. For a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
And a 9 to hit.
Huzzah!
All right. That is the bear's turn. Vec.
West Bear needs to make another dex save for the sphere.
Oh, right. Yeah, because it can't take a step away because of Trey. You right.
Mm-hmm.
It got a 12. That's a fail.
Another 2d6. Woo.
Going to take 10 fire damage.
Fire is great today.
She is roasting this bear.
She's on fire. Living up to her name. I'm proud.
Vec.
So I don't have any range spells except for Ice Knife, and it's been going really well. I'm going to hit this one. Sorry, this one yet again with an Ice Knife. And I'd like to add a little more flair to it. So as Vex is throwing these ice knives, he's like freezing the cabbage, putting the entire thing in his mouth, and just launching it.
Oh no.
And that's how he's doing it like a cabin. Oh, that's natural. It's a natural one.
Cabbage
Ooh.
cannon.
That's the first one you've ever missed. So, geez.
Oh, you've got to be fucking. I think hit or miss.
It just misses. That's how Ice Knife works.
Hit or
Oh
miss.
no.
The
Hit
shard's
or
gonna
miss, the shard still
explode.
explodes.
Ah, okay. So dexterity save still. Okay.
Yes.
And apparently, I'm doing things individually for these fuckers now.
Yes.
All right.
Yay.
Makes it, or sorry, misses, makes, misses. So one make and 2 fails.
So that's 17 to the 2 that fail.
17.
And 8 to the one that succeeded.
I launched it as a
You
second level
upcasted it.
spell because I kind of want them dead.
This guy's dead. The guy in the back is very low. And does this guy take half, or does he take nothing if he makes it?
Halvesies for the one that succeeded.
Halvesies?
Yeah.
Half of 17 is 8. He's at 1.
Oh, fuck, come on. I like to imagine because in the natural one, he almost chokes on it, so it's like still launches it.
All right.
But it worked.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No. Well, yes. Vex will yell. If you want more of the cabbage, I'd suggest you. If you don't want more of the cabbage, I'd suspect. Fuck. I would run if I were you. Going to be directed towards these knolls.
Okay. And Agark.
Agark's going to work his way around the bear, so next to Bastion, since he's been taking a beating. And he's going to attack.
Swing away, my
Come
friend.
on, Agark.
Uh, 15
Well, I should have rolled
is
with
going to
advantage.
hit.
Just in case. No, okay. Got 6 points of damage.
All right. Next, this guy. Okay, got it. As you swing with your sword.
And yeah, he basically taking that stance.
Okay. Pixis.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna try something new here because she was practicing earlier. Oh wait, no, I was gonna do something else. Okay, no, I'm targeting Trey. Doing 2 things. Let's see. We'll see how well this works.
Just practicing.
Not Trey. It's alright. Trey's name is on the token. Bastion.
Oh, that's me.
And I'm going to cast Healing Word on him.
Are you going to do that? Oh. Ooh.
And then I'm going to target the Southern Bear because that's the one I have beef with. And it should still be an advantage because of the Guiding Bolt. It's not the end of my turn yet, so I think maybe.
No, the guiding bolt gives advantage to the next person that attacks it. So
Not the whole.
Deacon took it.
That's okay. I still hit.
You do. 23 absolutely hits, and for 9 piercing damage, as your archery has improved greatly.
Ah, that's my turn.
Way to go, Ixis.
All right. Deacon, it is your turn.
All right, Deacon is going to take another swing at this bear between him and Bastion.
Get that flank bone.
24 to hit.
24 hits. Flank bone.
Yeah.
4 more slashing damage.
All right.
I'm in a mood. I'm sorry.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That's what I've got this turn.
Okay. Trey.
Hit him with the horns.
It only pushes them.
No, I know. I was joking. I was trying to make a Shrek reference, but
I would, but they got dulled by all this gold on them.
But you look good.
You know how long it's going to take to file that down, Bastion? It's going to look great. It's a mess right now.
Trey.
Save me, Jeremy.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Let's kick a bear
Kick a
in the
poo?
face with my foot.
You're gonna kick a poo bear? Well, a 13 kicks a poo bear. For 8 bludgeoning damage. Ouch. This bear has been kicked.
Then I'm gonna use my last key point for a punch and a kick.
Ooh, a flurry.
A flurry of
Wait.
blows.
I hit dart, but it's the same.
Well, 17 hits.
And it's the same damage too.
All
And
right.
the final kick.
8 points of damage. 14 hits for 6 points of damage.
Nice.
That's a lot of damage.
Just punching and kicking this bear.
Okay. Plop, 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 plop. These two gnolls are going to run away.
That's
One's
good.
at 1
The
HP.
cabbages work.
One's at 5. But they are gone. They are gonna just piece the fuck out. Valeris. Summer? She give a BRB? I don't remember.
No, I think she's just muted and not talking.
Summer, are you muted?
She's so stealthy.
Summer, can you hear me? I guess we'll come back to her.
I was really hoping she'd kill that bear.
Or the gnolls running away.
Well, if she takes the bear, then there's only one bear problem.
Oh, come on. We barely have a problem.
Yay!
Summer? Well, going once, going twice. Bastion, you're gonna have to bear the problem.
Well, bear this in mind. I'm going to
Sorry.
attack.
Ah,
Oh, yes!
Never mind, she's back just in time to save your ass.
Save me,
Summer,
please.
would you like to take your turn?
I would. So I'm gonna shoot at the bear with my short bow at advantage. 22.
Which bear?
Let's go with this guy.
All right, 22 absolutely hits.
For for 11.
11. That's a lot of damage. Also, Trey, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as you ended your turn next to his flaming sphere.
Wah, wah.
Does 12 make it?
12 does not make it.
Missed it by 1.
You're going to take 10 fire damage.
Oh my god, that's a third of my health.
Sorry, Bastion. Anything else you'd like to do? Or
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry.
I'd like to take my
It
turn.
was
That's
Valorous'
what else
turn.
I'd like to do.
Valorous, anything else you'd like to do? I'd already hit the
I
next
would-
button.
I would like to hide.
Yeah, 21 is a good hide. All right. Now, Bastion, what would you like to do?
All right, Bastion, I believe, is flanking with his good friend Deacon, and I'm going to take advantage of that. We're going to attack this southern bear.
Swing away.
Definitely take the 22.
22 is
Thank you,
gonna hit.
Bastion.
The natural
Or
one
sorry,
wouldn't,
Deacon.
so yeah, that's a good call.
So we'll put a little rage damage on there.
Little rage flare.
13.
That's a
Rage
lot of
flare.
damage.
Now my mark moves from the first bear to the southern bear. If he attacks anybody else, he has disadvantage.
The bear has been marked.
That's my turn.
Okay. And it is Fire's turn. She's gonna leave the sphere where it is. She's gonna control flames. Can she ram it every turn?
I think so. You can move
Yeah,
it up to
she
30
can-
feet so you can reverse it and ram it again. I might be wrong.
Well, you can move it up to 20 feet. I don't know if it says in a straight line or if you can go around corners or you could turn.
But yeah, every turn.
Yeah, I mean, you could go diagonal, 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 and come back and hit it on the backside off the
As
map.
long as she maintains concentration.
Yep. Okay. Well, there's another saving throw from this bear, who is not having a good time with this sphere. Hey, it makes it this time. So it's only going to take 3 fire damage. Okay, and then she's going to produce flame against it again. This time a 9 is going to miss from fire. All right.
Dun dun.
It is the bear's turn. This bear is going to take a swing at Trey. Because you've been fucking him up.
I get to hit back.
Okay, does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and do your attack before I roll my damage.
That's a good idea. Give me a 20. Come on. Uh-oh. Am I still blessed?
You are still blessed.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag blessed.
13 is going to hit.
You lucky son of a bitch.
All right, 8 points of damage, and you are going to take. Oh, that's a max damage. You're going to take 16 slashing damage.
Nice.
Oh god.
Ooh.
And that's Trey taking that damage.
Yep.
Yep. We're just the positioning's not working. The young man's getting out of line.
You still up, Trey?
Yep. I got 4 health.
Oh, shit.
You got this.
Well, here comes its second attack. Does a 16 hit you, Trey?
16 misses. I
Oh.
dodge.
All right, you
Ooh.
just narrowly avoid with your life. All right, and then it's going to end its turn there. It's going to make another dex save for the flaming sphere. It's going to make it, and then it's going to take half of this. 3, so it's going to take 1. Vec, it is your turn. The gnolls
Okay.
have run away.
All the other spells I have an area of effect, so I'm not going to use that. How's Trey doing?
Trey
Bad.
have 4 hit points.
Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to bestow life, i.e., I'm going to throw cabbage your way and yell heal, because I'm casting healing word at you with a cabbagey twist.
Like Popeye.
But
I
it's the
forgot.
slimy cabbage, and that's the healing properties.
Canned cabbage.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just goes down your throat. Ugh.
It's pickled cabbage.
It's not
Mhm.
actually that bad.
All right. So
good healing
restore
word, by the
8
way,
hit
Rachel.
points to Trey.
Thank
What
you.
would you like to do with your action?
Okay, I moved 5 feet. I just realized, since I'm a dragonborn, I can do a breath weapon, which I am going to do. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get in front of.
I think
Yes,
there's a way to
I'm
do
going to
this
get in.
without hitting any of your comrades.
Yes, there is.
Yes,
So
there
it's.
is.
Yeah, you get the foot of the back bear.
Yep.
Oh fuck yes! All right. That's 15
Ooh,
feet.
hit him with the cabbage breath.
Yeah, cabbage breath.
Cabbage breath is kicking.
That's got to be
So
like
he's going to take out
acid
2
damage,
cabbages.
right? Poison.
No, I think it's fire. Yeah, it's
Kinda
fire.
dragon.
Going to
Muy
stuff it down
caliente
his.
cabbage.
I'm a golden dragon.
Yep, fire
It's
it
the
is.
cabbages. And is going to stuff those 2 cabbages down. He's going to take 2 cabbages, stuff it down his throat, and that just ignites it. Fire, green fire, because cabbage, onto these bears.
They
So,
both make
dexterity
their
saving throw.
saves, so they take half of
Fuck.
10 for 5.
Still good damage.
Yeah. Would have been better. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Agar Bullneck.
Okay. So, with both bears still up, I'm going to keep swinging at the one to the south. Do I have an advantage from there?
No.
Okay.
But a
Where
21
we're
does
going,
hit.
you don't need advantage.
For 10 points of damage.
All right.
Nice, Ben.
You guys are doing a lot of damage. Bixis? Or sorry. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think I'm going to shift to here.
That is going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
At disadvantage.
It is at disadvantage because of the mark. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
All right.
I throw my shield up and
scrapes off your shield as you take a step back.
Yeah, I was
That's
really
it for
hoping
me.
someone would get hit after I marked something.
All right, Bixis. I heard and then she was.
Sorry, Charles. Charles is here. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Did Disturbed come on?
Trey, you were not looking so hot. You got some damage. How are you looking now? I can't see your health bar.
I could fix that. I'm at 12. I believe. That was 8, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to heal you some. I didn't know you could heal people in this game.
Neither did his mother.
I didn't know you.
How do you
How do
look like this? You heal Trey. What does a healing word look like from Bixis?
This is gonna be the ground. The ground around him's gonna kind of grow with grass, and like there's just this green energy around him that's gonna kind of glow around him, and then he's just gonna feel a little bit rejuvenated. Go with that.
Feel better.
Yeah. And then I would like to target the southern bear. See if I have a shot at archery.
A 20
Still.
is gonna hit.
A 10.
That's a lot of damage. These bears are looking bloody, very bloody.
That's my 10.
You could say they're barely alive.
They are barely hanging on. It is Deacon's turn.
Deacon is going to swing his battle axe up into this bear another time. For 23 to hit.
23.
Man, Ryan, you're
hit.
rolling so well tonight. Except for your
More
damage.
slashing damage.
These bears. 4. All right. Anything else?
He's just going to move to circle around to there. That'll be his turn.
Okay, Trey.
We're gonna punch. That'd be a good punch. That's a pretty good punch.
24 is gonna be a good punch.
That's a pretty good punch.
Hey,
Nice.
Trey, how do you want to knock this bear the fuck out?
That is a good punch.
I'm gonna do the classic uppercut, just with the whole jumping animation and everything.
Salute him!
And that's my turn.
Move.
Flaming spear.
Move, damn it.
Oh yeah.
You hear fire yell out, "Move, dummy!"
I got hit really hard. I'm not all
I mean, if you want, you can go over and punch the bear in the nuts. You got a bonus action.
I do not have any more key points.
No, you could get one free bonus action
with
attack.
your martial arts.
Oh.
The key point just gives you a second attack on your bonus action.
Oh. We're gonna punch again. Actually, this time's gonna be kick. Oh. Pretty good kick.
You have advantage because you are flanking with Deacon.
Check for crit.
Come on, big. Oh, it fucking hit the side of my screen on 20. That's not fair. If I had a bigger screen, it would have rolled over, I think.
Damn it.
Right.
That's a 9 damage kick right there.
9 damage, damn.
To his groin.
All right. Valeris.
I'm gonna shoot at this bear. For 24.
24 is gonna hit that bear.
15 damage.
Damn. Nice.
That bear is on its last legs.
What?
He's on his last legs.
How many legs has he got?
All right. Would you like to hide? Or are you going to stay out in the open this time?
I'll stay out in the open this time.
Okay. Bastion!
Bastion. All right. Bastion is he likes where things are going, and so he is going to drop, or as he sidesteps here to flank with Vec, he's going to reach back with his greatsword, drop it behind him, and pull out the maul. And I'm going to try to do non-lethal damage to this bear to allow one of the young ones to get the kill.
Swing away.
23.
23 hits. From the butcher. The baker.
The butcher.
Stick baker.
I've been rolling 13 damage all night. 13
How
non-lethal
do you
bludgeoning.
picture yourself non-lethally knocking this bear unconscious?
Yeah, so like I said, I drop the great sword, grab the haft of the maul, and I just bring it down and snap its neck. Oops.
Oh, so you want to kill it?
No, but like not maybe his head does like a weird jerk and he falls over. I donk him on the head. Donk.
Well, with that bonk on the head, we are out of combat until you either kill this bear or he wakes up.
Do one of you droids know how to speak to animals so we can
Oh
question
my
this
god.
thing and figure out where we're going?
Do I know? Well, didn't it talk?
Yes.
I
Okay, so
wasn't
it speaks
listening. I had
common.
blood pumping in my ear. Cool. Maybe we should restrain it. Figure out where it's going, where it's coming from.
Oh, that's a good idea. How do you restrain a bear? How do we make sure that the bear is properly restrained? Does
You
anyone
give it a
have any
bear
rope?
hug. No, you tie it up really strong.
Oof. Do we have rope? Wait, is there any rope in the camp?
There's just lots of rope in this camp.
Okay, can
I'm sure
Vec
there's
attempt?
logging
I have
chain if we want to do chains.
I have some rope.
Ooh,
I almost said Angron. Deacon very specifically
Deacon's
has
got chains.
Come on,
okay,
buddy,
kinky.
chain them up.
Start unfurling it from around his wrist and tying and binding up the bear.
All right. I don't know. What kind of a check do you want to make for this?
Survival?
Sure.
I will aid in your
Restrain a bear?
survival.
Natural 20.
There it
That bear
is.
is
I'm
restrained.
proficient with
Hey.
chains.
He's wrestled me enough times that he's had to restrain me.
Okay. Fire.
Who's the most
sneak up
charismatic
and
that we
say,
see?
What
Oh,
just happened?
Noel ambush.
Like,
Y'all did very well to keep your head cool in the heat of combat.
Well, most of you, anyways. He's gonna look over at Trey and just like hold his hand out, palm upstretched. Give me that thing.
Oh, I've been muted.
Don't mess with the bull. You'll get the hordes.
I was moodily silent. No. I do just fine. And it's my dad's.
Okay, well, if we can't take away the flask, at the very least, can you at least dump out the portion of it? What is it? Whatever is in there.
I like to think that every time you do that, it's because Vec is like violently ill from all the cabbage they've eaten. And it just like keeps coming back up.
Just leaves, cabbage leaves, just occasionally
Like a fucking
they
cow, you
spittle
just like
out.
regurgitate it and start chewing it again and take it back down.
Yeah. Can you
Traven's
at least
gonna
do that?
Traven's gonna sigh and unscrew the lid and pour out the rest of the contents, which honestly isn't much left.
Oh boy. Oh, thank you for doing that. For your efforts, here's a cabbage.
Thank you.
Bastion will toss him a water skin. Hydrate before you dehydrate.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna hydrate.
Good call. All right, everyone. Who's the best at talking to people?
I think
In what
potentially.
regards?
Well,
Yes, in what
I was
way?
trying to give the young ones a chance to prove themselves in interrogation.
I got a +2 to
I'll say we
persuasion.
give the bear. I'll say we give the bear cabbage. See what happens there.
Ooh. Now, are you going to do it the easy way or the hard way?
I mean, just stir stuff in it down the throat could be something.
Valeris, why don't you take point on this one?
On in getting information out of the bear with a cabbage?
The cabbage is
Optional.
optional.
I'd be impressed if you could do it with the cabbage.
You will get bragging rights to the guild.
I mean, if you interrogate a bear with a cabbage and you get successful information, that's like wall worthy.
I mean, they're omnivores, so maybe it wants a cabbage.
Is the bear like awake?
Right now the bear is
Or does she have to like
unconscious.
nudge it awake?
He is unconscious from damage, so it would require healing or waiting 1d4 hours, which is going to be 2 hours.
An hour. Okay. Can we get a short rest in that?
If you wait,
Mhm.
yeah. If you don't want to heal him and bring him back to consciousness.
I don't want to waste a spell slot.
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair.
Valeris, if you want, we can talk to him now. If you need to kind of steady yourself,
Yeah,
we can give him as long as he takes to rise.
have fun.
I think it would be best if we waited, and then we could take also that time to search the rest of the camp, as well as to see if any of the gnolls have any information on them. Although they're not very smart, so I doubt that they would. I don't know if they can read.
Bastion grabs his great sword, sheathes his maul, and then sits on the bear's chest with the great sword underneath his chin. I'll make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Big Z's is gonna assist in whatever way she can, but Amanda's gonna be right back.
Okay, so you guys tie up the bear, and everyone relaxes for a minute after this battle.
Wait. As we're resting, can Vex look into the forest for a bit?
You can absolutely look into the forest.
Are there any? He's looking for some berries and honey.
Make me a survival check.
Berries?
If I do a flip instead,
You can make me a survival
I'm.
check.
Oh my god! I'm actually good at survival. I'm
And
good
you
at
rolled really
survival.
well.
Yeah, well, you can
I
find
did.
whatever you were looking for.
This calls for a flip. Hell yeah.
You found cabbage. Wild
I
cabbage.
find
It's a
any-
new breed. It's purple.
do I find any honey or do I find any honey or berries? Berries?
Yeah, you find everything that you're looking for.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, so we got. Oh my god, I can make honeyed cabbage with a berry spread. That's what he's going to do.
Ooh, a berry compote. Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. He's gonna make sure this bear eats.
So what are you making?
She's trying to give the
I'm
bear
making
the
honey.
shits.
Honeyed cabbage a honeyed cabbage, and on the cabbage leaves, the honey cabbage leaves, sprinkle some berries on there. It's going to be roasted or toasted, slightly toasted.
And you're gonna feed this to the bear when he wakes up?
To bribe him, yes.
Okay, all right,
Ooh, I like
I
that.
want to make this bear my friend.
all right. Yeah, with the 24, you can absolutely whip that meal up.
Oh hell yeah.
What's everyone else doing while Vec is over cooking on this fire?
I'm just looking around the camp, trying to figure out any last bits of information about, like, is this, was this an ambush? Or did they just happen to sort of come upon the camp? Did they see us coming in? How did we end up here at the same time? That kind of stuff.
Well, Bastion did report the gnolls from last night. Right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I told.
Yeah, he passed that on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they probably just followed us into the complex and then tried to sneak up on us.
It's a possible assumption. Yeah. You do know that it is likely that these guys are in the service of Eberman, the warlord. But whether he commanded them to do this or not, unclear.
Right.
I'm gonna take this bear's great axe. So that seems fun.
Sure. Anything else you guys would like to do other than take a short rest?
Nope.
I'm
I got
tired.
some intimidation things, but
I got punched by a bear a bunch. I'm tired.
Fire
With their
does
bare
come
hands.
over to you, Trey, and say, sorry about burning you. You
Uh,
can't get close to my fire like that.
It's not your fault. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
It didn't even burn me that much. We're fine.
it looks like it burned you a lot.
Yeah, it actually burned me a lot. But it's okay.
Okay.
I'm still here. That bear's knocked the fuck out.
Forget it.
She like pulls you aside. You okay with everything else that just happened?
With what, the booze? Nah, I drank most of it anyways.
Okay. You get why they're doing that, right?
Yeah, but I'm fine. They worry too much.
I mean, it's not just them. I mean, Bixus and I worry too.
You shouldn't worry about me, and your sister hates me.
She doesn't hate you. She
She
just
hates me.
knows she's competitive.
She literally farted in my hand and threw it at me. Or farted in her hand and threw it at me. Yeah, I know that was 10 years ago, but I remember.
The two of you are exactly the same, and that's probably the part of the problem. You're both holding on to things from when we were children. We're not children anymore, Trey. It's time to grow up.
Okay.
And stop standing in the fire.
I will watch the fire. And the bears.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that. I was ready for hydras.
Yeah, I wasn't expected organized troops to come out of the woods.
I mean, it looked like from what you found that it's not the first time that these guys might have clashed with the people that work at this camp. I guess I could understand not wanting people to cut down the trees.
I know, but there's also enough skin around for like 3 villages.
I guess just doing our jobs, right?
As long as we get paid, sweet.
Yep. And hone our skills. You okay, Big Sis? Oh wait, she left.
It's okay, and she's good. Yeah, she just gives a thumbs up as she's trying to clean up the mess.
All right. Well, you all are able to take a short rest, and it is 7 o'clock, so that is where we're going to end it for the evening. And we can pick it up next time with the interrogation of this bear.
Listen here,
Interrogation.
Barrigation?
Dun, dun, dun.
Get it out now. Get them all in the chat. Put all the bear puns in the chat.
Bearition?
Look, I'm mad at them. I barely had enough.
Okay. So you had one more in you.
You could say that she had the bare
Nah,
minimum.
Oh, fuck! I was about to say that.
Who's slow?
You're gonna just give us one more before you go into hibernation.
Bare necessity of one more.
Well, you know, I just can't bear this anymore, so I'm going to call it a night.
I'm just giving you pause.
This is an
Not everybody.
Ursunine conversation.
Night bed.
We all have honeyed words. Hey, that wasn't the greatest.
Oh,
that one wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good.
straight
Even
grizzly.
it was.
I will
Oh, fuck, God.
remember this conversation.
Ah.
Well, Trey barely got out of there alive.
Are there any picnic baskets?
Hey, boo boo, what's up with you?
Hey, boo boo. I got beat up by a bear.
2 bears.
I almost want to drop
2 bears.
Melia and play Vec. I like Vexa.
The cabbage game is strong.
Get to play Vec for a little bit.
That's good.
I can take 2 bears. In a fight? Right? I can take 2 bears.
You barely got out of there, man.
I mean, the situation was kind of polarizing.
I mean, Trey does kind of look like a bear.
He does.
He's a little grizzly.
Is that Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
You know, some people say he's Batman. I don't believe it.
I think he's batshit crazy.
Well, I mean, he clearly has a bat in that picture, so he's obviously
He is a Batman.
Confirmed. He goes a little bit batty sometimes.
Alternate universe Batman, where he just beats the shit out of everybody with a bat.
That's why he's called Batman.
He has a kryptonite bat. He has just a bunch of different bats.
Quick, everyone get in a position. Let's take a Kodiak picture.
You
all right, I'm gonna go.
Are you done? Is that all? Are we out of bear jokes?
All right, you guys have a wonderful week.
Have a
Good
nice
night,
week.
everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.